Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Peace, family. We are live again. Dynasty Search for Uhuru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We got an interesting topic tonight. But before we jump into it, got a couple of announcements. We are rolling to Nigeria. August 2nd through the 11th. August 2nd through the 11th, we are rolling to Nigeria. If you're interested in joining us, all right, if you want to come to Nigeria and have a good time and eat some suya and egusi and swallow, maybe some grass cutter, swallow it all down with the Origin beer, please visit Danfo.Africa to learn more. Again, that's DANFO.Africa to learn more. Then we're going to Zanzibar in September, Kenya in September. Where else are we going? Ghana and Ivory Coast in November, as well as Sierra Leone in November, then Benin Republic for the Voodoo Festival in January. So if you're interested in joining, please visit Danfo.Africa to lock in. Come and lock in with us. Also, I need everybody who's watching this. All right, if you watch this, all right, I need you to go to Amazon.com right now. Not now, but right now. Go to Amazon.com. Type in my name, Dynasty Amir, as you see right here. Okay. And buy a book. Again, please buy a book. Okay. Go and support and buy a book. All right. Again, go to Amazon, type in my name, and buy one of my books. All right. I will greatly appreciate it. That means a lot. Really appreciate your guys' support and thank you for the support. And then when you go to Danfo.Africa, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad. I had the wrong I was on the wrong screen. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. All right. When you go to Danfo.Africa, all right, go to Danfo.Africa. Let me share the screen. You're gonna click documentary. All right, you're gonna go to Danfo.Africa and click documentary and buy my documentary. Guys, I want, listen, I'm competitive. There's over 100,000 of you all. And my books and my documentary should be number one. All right, buy the documentary, buy the book. All right, if you are watching this, please support, buy the documentary, and buy a book. Or one or the other, do it all. That's all I'm asking. All right, so go to Africa. Curious who has the spiciest jollof. It will be out of Ghana and Nigeria. Depends on how it depends on who prepares it. Now, if you go to Nigeria, come to Nigeria with me and go to Oshun, go to Oshogbo, they put pepper in everything. Pepper, 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 pepper. So the jollof in Oshogbo is gonna be spicy. They just pepper it out. So I would say Nigeria, Oshogbo. That jollof rice is just peppered out. In fact, hold on, guys. I need to write that down. Give me a second, guys. I like to keep notes because I'm actually writing a food memoir as we speak that I want to release before I go to Nigeria. So that I'm gonna put that in the memoir, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me grab my notebook that I have where I write my notes in. Thank you for asking that question. Again, thank you for asking that question. I appreciate you. Here we go. Or no, where's my pen at? Where's my pen? No, I got a pen somewhere. And again, guys, sorry about that, but I have to write this down because I'll forget it. Okay, I'm back. I'm just writing this down. Who has the spiciest jollof? Definitely that goes to Oktobo. Who? Oh, now this pen don't want to work. Okay. Who has the spiciest jollof? Oshogbo. Spiciest food, period. Okay. So once again, I need everybody to go buy a book, and I need everybody to go to Africa and purchase a documentary. You actually stream it. It's like Netflix. You stream it. You can stream it as much as you want. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. Uh, Haitians lost temporary protected status. Is Ghana the answer? Now there have been people who have been coming on to the platform and who have questioned Ghana's sincerity when it comes to this inserting themselves into this reparations argument. People have been questioning the Pan Africanism of Ghana. I think this right here, what would happen with Haitians and Haitians losing their temporary protected status, I think this would be a great opportunity for Ghana to step up to the plate and say, look, if you're going to be deported because you lost your protected status, temporary protected status, you have a home in Ghana. We'll give you residency. You can come to Ghana. Again, we'll give you residency. You could come to Ghana. I think this is a great opportunity for Ghana to fill this void. If you are under threat of being deported because you lost your temporary protected status, you have a home in Ghana. And Alan, you're right. Benin should do it too because of the connection that Dahomey has with Haiti. If you don't know, hey, Dahomey, which is Benin Republic, is the home of Toussaint Louverture, the great Haitian revolutionary. So we'll say Ghana and Benin come together and say, look, if you're under threat of being deported, if you're up for deportation because of your protected status being revoked, we got a home for you. What you guys think? Why would they just go home and rebuild Haiti? Well, I mean, maybe many of them will. Maybe many of our Haitian brothers and sisters might go back and sweat equity and help rebuild Haiti. But if not, Ghana should have an open door policy. In fact, that's how Ghana should respond. Allow the Haitians to come to Ghana. And the reason why I say that, no matter what you say about the United States of America, the reason why I'm suggesting this, no matter what you say about the United States of America, all right, with Donald Trump, his history of slavery and racism, it just seems as if this is also the center of Pan Africanism here in America. When it should be a black nation that should be the center and the headquarters of Pan Africanism. And that should be Ghana. I think Ghana is trying to fill those shoes. So therefore, Ghana needs to absorb black people globally who are being marginalized. Ghana needs to have an open door policy and say, if you are black in this world, and if you're being marginalized, you have a home here. Hard stop. Guys, links in the chat room if you want to call in and add the conversation. If you disagree with me, you are more than welcome to call in and say you disagree. Guys, let's keep it civil. But again, link is in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation. And give your opinion on how you feel about my suggestion, you are more than welcome to call in. But in the meantime, hit that like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. If you're watching this, go to Amazon, go to Downfall.Africa. Support the documentary. I'm asking everybody who is watching this to support the documentary or buy a book. And I will greatly appreciate it. But links in the chat room if you want to call in and add to the conversation on this Saturday evening here in Atlanta. Oh, it's hot here in Atlanta. It is. Oh, it's not that bad. It's shoot. It's gonna be in the 90s all next week. Goodness. 92 on Sunday, 94 on Monday, 90. Oh man, it's gonna be next week is gonna be hot. Yeah, so we got it's gonna be hot all next week here in Atlanta. But hey man, that's we in Atlanta. It's summertime. It's supposed to be hot. Oh, AES Alliance is representing for Pan Africans right now while Ghana follow the EU. Okay. Maybe we could have the argument. Hey, if you think it should be the AES, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, who should be absorbing the Haitians who are losing TPS status. That's a great argument as well. But guys, links in the chat room, and if you don't know what TPS status is, we'll play this clip right now that goes into detail as far as what's going on with the TPS status. Oops. Hold on. Why ain't this? Oh,
suing the federal government over the decision. We have team coverage for you tonight. We begin with CBS News Miami's Joan Murray breaking down the court's decision. Joan?
Well, here at the Little Haiti Cultural Complex, the news has come as quite depressing to Haitians living here in South Florida. They knew that a Supreme Court ruling was coming, but they were hoping for the best. Now there is talk about going into hiding.
ICE may come after them, and how do we support them, and what do we do in order for them, especially in Florida?
Haitian activist Ronald Laporte and Sancha Etienne are devastated the Supreme Court ruled ending temporary protected status for 350,000 Haitians in the U.S., leaving 160,000 Haitians in South Florida facing deportation.
Being able to work and support their family back home, here and back home. So a lot was happening for them by being here.
They say it will lead to Haitians on TPS status to go into hiding and ignore immigration enforcement.
For a vibrant Haitian community here in South Florida, TPS is not a loophole, it is a literal lifeline. Forcing families back to Haiti, Haitian paralyzed by severe armed conflict, systemic political turmoil.
At a news conference, Miami Archbishop Wensky urged Congress to work on a bill extending TPS for 3 years. He said the healthcare industry and hospitality will suffer if the deportations take place.
You can say that we're bleeding hearts because we're making our case for the Haitians to stay here, but there's self-interest too that we can appeal to, that it is good for us that they're here.
Now, while the House has passed a bill to extend TPS for 3 years, the Senate has not taken it up. The Archbishop and others are urging Governor Rick Scott and Senator Rick Scott and Senator Ashley Moody to convince other senators to pass it as well. We did reach out to their offices, but have not heard back. Reporting in Little Haiti, Miami, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
All right, go ahead, Africa. And shout out to Elvis for the $2 holla. Yesterday's show was great. Sad I couldn't join. All right, go ahead, Africa.
Yeah, I mean, greetings to Brother Dinus, Elvis and the chat. Yeah, so basically, for me, looking at the issue from over the Atlantic, I think is very worrisome. With these immigration rules, it's like obviously we all know America is an animal farm. It's one rule for one group and one rule for the others. And I think this Haiti, this Supreme Court judges, to me, the decision is based on discriminatory against race. How basically white Europeans, are allowed to just, go into America, like the white South Africans, they offer them resettlements and so on. But the black Haitians, are not allowed. And especially those that have been in America for long, they are happy to actually taking their status away from them. And I think this is one of the worst white supremacist government that you actually have, administration you have in America for a long time, including Biden. I think I don't, to be honest, they're both the same. I think since 2016, since Obama, I think Obama failed all this. Okay, since Obama days, after the end of Obama to where we are today, I think the West have really showed their true color. Going back, to the progressive, so-called progressive, policies against people of color. So for me, I think it's about time us people of the, African descent, we start looking the other way. And this is exactly why I support the AES, because I think we need to start treating other groups as they treat us. African government need to start legislating against multinational corporations who are mining in the continent, who are making money from Africa and bringing their resources over here. They are not tracking. If they cannot track those companies, how many people they're employing, from what they're gaining from the continent, then they're traitors. So we need to start looking at our leaders also, who I think have replaced the slave masters back in the days, to where we are today, to start calling them out and start removing them from power. This is what they call remigration. It is nothing. This is something that is going to happen unless someone stand up to it. Okay, and Trump is so dangerous. For the first time, We have an American president directly dictating on us in the UK, telling us the prime minister the guy that we want to replace our prime minister in the UK is not, basically indirectly saying the guy is not racist enough, is too liberal. What the heck is he to tell us that? And he's the same guy that pushes the current prime minister to pass, laws against the ethnic minorities in the UK, to a point where even the native English people said, "No, this is wrong. We did not elect you to do this. You've gone too far. You need to go." And they're trying to replace him with someone that's a bit more better, to cool the temperature down. And Trump is putting the smelly mouth in there. It's about time someone call him out. We need to be man and stand up to this narcissist. He is evil. To me, I think, he got agents all over the continent of Africa at the moment. He's trying to bully his way through, to through other countries, and he think he can get it with his way. A narcissist, if you don't stand up to a narcissist, they will eat you alive. And Trump is one of those. And he should understand not all black people are the same, not all Africans are the same. There are some people that will stand up to him. There are some nations in the world that will stand up to him. And I think it's about time we start facing that. I pass the mic for now. Thank you.
Now go ahead, Elvis.
All right. Thank you, Donnie. Hello to you, the panel in the chat. You said you had a take on it, right? I think I missed it. You was asking the question, what do we think about what you said? What was your take on it, Donnie? Just quickly so I can respond to you.
About what?
About the topic. I joined right when you were saying something about
I think Ghana should, since Ghana is inserting itself and making, as far as being the destination as far as Pan-Africanism and the center of Pan-Africanism.
So you think they should take them in?
I think Ghana with open arms should accept all black people, all marginalized black people all over this planet.
Well, actually, that's
because for some reason, I would say the United States of America and Britain are like the centers of Pan-Africanism, because when Africans leave, and I could be wrong, when Africans leave their country, they end up coming here, or they wanted to come here, or Britain. I mean, that's just my observation, but I could be wrong.
Right. No, you're right. And when I say that, people think I'm being anti-African. The United States and even Britain, because I don't know about Britain that much, but they've done more good for black people looking for a better life, in the last 20, 30 years. The thing is, many Liberians was on this TPS, this temporary protected status in the United States. And it was an act of grace from the United States president, because they had the ability to terminate it, deport them, because most of the people who are on it have confessed to being here illegally, and they're just begging and praying the government for some sort of grace or mercy to not deport them. So subsequent presidents, from Bush to Obama to Biden to Trump, had extended the TPS for many Africans and South American countries and Central American countries. So it was always something that the president did with a bit of lobbying and showing grace to that community and showing goodwill. So for me, it's baffling that Haiti, of all the countries who has a current, civil crisis going on in their country, their TPS status will be, revoked. Is the president going to send him back into a war zone? Is he going to send him into a place where they could be harmed, they could be killed? So I think mercy or grace is lacking in his decision. I think compassion is also lacking. And like Africa was saying, it's confounding when, somebody who brings white South Africans into this country when they have no real threat in their home country, and they're living, pretty high off the hog, and try to repatriate them to the United States, but which is now actively trying to send Haitians back into a war-torn country. I just don't understand it. And Dennis, you voted for Trump, so maybe you can rationalize his decision to us. what's his thinking? Like, is it pure racism?
Well,
Is
I
it for
see.
some other reason?
It's not a matter. I mean, I did vote for Trump, but when it comes down to it, the United States of America is a sovereign country. So, I don't know. It's a
No,
sovereign
but
country
we
rules,
right. We're talking about politics, right?
right?
And
And what I'm saying is, African countries should open the door to say, "Hey, Haitians, specifically Ghana, since that's the topic. Hey, you guys should be able to come here, or you guys are
well,
more than welcome to come here."
that's great. I actually agree with that. But I'm saying, you as a black man in this country, Haitians
Right.
are black people. They look like you and I. So when
Correct.
you see policies that's almost blatantly discriminating against them, do you have anything to say in that regards, or you just
I do
want to support it?
disagree. I do disagree with the on how the Afrikaners were given preferred immigration status. I do definitely disagree with that. I think
Okay,
that's
I won't
hilarious.
be any. I won't
Not
be any
hilarious in a
more.
good way. I just think it's it's crazy.
Yeah, let me just wrap up quickly. I think it's a flawed policy, and I think it shows clear bias. If it's not blatant racism, I think everybody watching can see it. And I'm perplexed that many people like yourself and others who voted for Trump didn't see that he had an anti-black bias when it comes to certain policies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not denying he did, but like, let's look at Liberia. Once the natives took once the indigenous took over, what did Doe do? He showed biasness towards his own people. So I mean, that's just tribalism. Is just tribalism globally. He showed
So you
favoritism to his own people. So I mean, I'm not making excuses for it, but I'm just saying.
okay?
I think a
Yeah,
lot of what we're complaining about a Trump, right, is also going on in our countries in Africa, and is a problem.
right, right. So that's what I'm saying. I won't be any more long-winded. I'll pass the mic. I think other people can have their say.
All right, go ahead, Kidola.
Oh, thank you, Dennis. Elvis, Africa. How you guys doing, man?
Yes,
What's
sir.
up?
Welcome, my brother.
This is what I would call don't feel too much comfortable in a white man land. You're as good as how they want you to be. For those Africans, anybody that went to the United States and say, "Oh, I'm an American citizen right now," I ain't going nowhere. The white man just allow you to be citizen of that place as you want. It can be temporary. If you there, then you start complaining about these white men and look at their dirty ass, the way they behave and everything. Try to build home in Africa and live large like a king. Because, yeah, good heads. Mercy can save you as much. That mercy is not God. You will go down one day without that. That mercy might be there, but those mercy are just temporarily. For Haiti and Ghana, the Haitians in the United States, they know these are economical migrants or refugees. Ghana have no that kind of job to provide them for them to take care of their family in their homeland where they're coming from. Ghana can be dancing around like singing the trumpet like Pan Africanism. You have to understand, Ghana also have tribes. You must have to consult these people, at least run let's say propaganda about these people, how to bring them in to the Ghanaians people, and they have to do referendum. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for a place that will erupt into a war. Yeah, you can bring them in, they can boom the economy. How do you want to settle them? Who are these people? What kind of economical power you want to give to them? What are they? Are they useful really to create jobs for themselves? Because in America, some of them have jobs, but I don't see how you can live in a place for years. Okay, they give you petition right. Why you cannot marry an American citizen, then leave that so-called right and become a permanent green card holder that you don't need that shit? But one hand, they destabilize Haiti too. You see, let me see your pot and know how many meat inside your pot. That's what the white people always be doing. Hey, you put your pot, I want to see what you're cooking. Hey, you put your pot, I want to see what they'll pour water on it. Haiti would not have been destroyed if not for a white United States. No, they just go there and destroy it. You destroy a country, there you, oh yeah, you come, I'll give you protection.
That's right.
Now you bring, what? Then you bring them in. Now you want to drive them back. Look at Cuba, the same thing, being punished. You know, why is it that only Canada and United States are the one making money? These are the where everybody's running to for comfortability among that so-called Americans. Look at Mexico. Nobody want to really go there. El Salvador, nobody want to really go. These countries are being destabilized so that there will not be competition to the United States. Nobody's talking about that. You know, but now you want to drive them. But then they say, if you stay there for years, why you cannot build a home for yourself? So that if they ask you to go, you say, oh, thank you very much. You pick your bag. There's nothing like your personal home. There's satellite now. Wherever you want to see Miami Beach, you see it. You know, you know what it is. The bread is not even better than the bread in Haiti. There's nothing. You want to look at how the things is rolling. You can see Haiti, man. You put beautiful people there. Piss it up. Go back and ask barbecue. Barbecue, what you're doing is not right. This is our home. You know, but Ghana cannot provide nothing. Ghana cannot feed them. This so-called Ghana have to also be honest. Just Accra alone there, those just that busy square there, that's just all. You know, like other bigger countries where you have jobs somewhere. Can you go to Kumasi and get a job? No. Can you go to other place and get a job? No. These people need jobs to take care of their family. You know, they need jobs. That's what the United States. You know, Ghana Pan-Africanism is you bring your money. That's what Ghana is looking for. It's not about how come I take care of you. Okay, oh yeah, why they target the people of the United States? Ghana is also looking for economical migrant with money, deep pocket. You know, they're not looking for somebody to say, come on, let me take care of you. Ghana can't do it. That's just the truth. Ghana cannot handle these people that were maybe 50,000 of them, wherever, I mean, if they want to, Ghana can't handle it. The tribes there will revolt. You know, so if you have to run a propaganda, find a special place, a land to give to them. There's no land even. But gold mining have destroyed most of the beautiful land. The drinking water have been polluted, sea like that, you know, because of economical looking for something. But what I think is black people have to understand, whoever is pursuing you for back, be an ally, like what Trinidad and Tobago did to Venezuela and sell Maduro out. There's nothing like you can never be a friend. Sorry, I eat the white man salad, but they can never be your friend. They can never be your friend. You can say your own people, yeah, man, yes, Donald Trump. No, it can never be your friend. Because if you can be a traitor, he doesn't trust you. Nobody would ever trust a traitor. A traitor is a traitor. So what we have to do, if you live in that place as African, forget this is about Haitian now. This guy is not going to stop with these people. He will come after you one by one. So that's the agenda. Work hard, build a house, make it comfortable as you want, like a big castle. Leave that place. Come back home before you started seeing yourself being a second citizen in the place. Why you can be a first citizen in your own country? When you're 60, you go, man. When you place about friends is when you're young. When you're 60, whatever you hold in the American passport, no, it's not bullshit. The British passport, it's just bullshit. Look, you'll be having leg pains, hip pain, hand pain. Try to come to where the weather is, the fresh food. Build your house and leave that place. The white man can tolerate you now. 5 years from now, might not tolerate you. That's just the truth. Thank you, Dianas.
All right, let me pass it to Babalico.
Yeah, the last speaker was 100% right. It's by design. The white man is the devil. He destroyed places. And what happened? He sent the same places people come back to America. He sent them right back to the place he destroyed. I have some friends as in the IUIC, which is the Israelites that went over there and talked to Barbecue, one of the guys that's running those gangs. And what he told them is, the president was assassinated by some Colombians that was inspired by America. That's what he said. We don't know if it's true or not, but that's what he said. He said it's them, and now they have Kenyan troops over there. They have Kenyan troops over there, which I don't know why Ruto sent Kenyan troops over there with a sellout ass. And you know, over there with these guys, and they're fighting them every day, tooth and nails. But they're not gonna win those guys because barbecue has let go everybody out of the jails. All the criminals is out of the jails fighting with barbecue. And some of the other gangs. So this is what they do. They go to their country, mess your country up, and then say, "Oh, send them back." And this is a nonsense. I'm advocating for all Haitians. Let's go broadcast to find a way. You could find a way here, boats, whatever. Find your way here and make your life. The people who have destroyed your country, you have all rights to come here.
Babaliko, if I can interject, barbecue was a clown.
Barbecue.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, barbecue.
Yeah, but he was working with barbecue was working with these people before he even turned to doing all his gang things. Right. He was working with them. He was a cop and was working with them.
You need to follow the paper trail on who's funding barbecue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If barbecue saying all these things, right? He is saying what he knows on who he knows exactly well what's going on because he's probably being funded by the same people. Because I'm watching them videos, I'm seeing him in these big ass houses in Haiti, lining with official guys. I'm like, well, what's going on here? So this whole thing was going on with since Haiti kicked France asses. They've been going through this since they beat France. They've been going through the pay France back reparations, which was disgusting, and all this nonsense. So they've been going through that. Ghana, man. Now, how it's going to work over there for Ghana, I don't know, because I know Haitians did put in something to join the Africans, and they said no. They did said no. So I don't know how it's going to work. If Ghana is going to take some of the Haitians or whatever, that would be great. But yeah, you're right. Dabiku is a clown, but it's a clown that's been well funded, and this thing has been orchestrated. When they used to plant rice, Clinton and his crooked wife, they stopped them for making their food, planting rice and stuff. You could look this up. So they always been targeted. They always been targeted. And just to close it out, like they're the devil. People can say what I want to say. They're the devil. They destroy countries, and then when people come here, they was like, why everybody's coming here? Well, look at your track record, sir. That's why everybody's coming here. So that's what's going on, and I hope that, man, Haiti, from what my friends tell me and everything, I don't think Haiti could be helped. It's in a mess. The whole system is in a mess. The last president was trying to fix it. They assassinated him. So it's in a big mess, man, and I don't think it can be fixed. But if Ghana can help out, fine. But I tell all Haitians, if you want to come to America, whatever, you all come. Do what you got to do. It's the people that destroy your country. That's it. And Dennis, yesterday, that speaker you had, whatever her name was, she was one of the best ever speaker I ever heard on this platform. I don't care what nobody said. She was great. I was just doing some stuff, so I couldn't think, but she was great.
Did you donate to the channel since he had such a great speaker?
Did I?
Bob, you know what, Brandon? Babaliko always donates.
Always, 24/7.
Who? This guy right here?
Yeah, Babaliko always.
Right here, Brandon.
That's your new name, Tarka Babaliko?
That's not Taharka. That's not Taharka.
No. I'm sorry. I got you confused with Taharka.
No. Taharka is we sung alike because we're from the islands. But no,
but you're not cursing like a degenerate, so I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Brandon, you already come and causing problems.
Let me pass the mic to Teddy on politics. Go ahead, Teddy. Mute yourself, Teddy.
Yeah, okay. So to answer your question, should Ghana, I don't know, take responsibility for America's racism? The answer is no. The answer is no. Haiti has its own country. So the Haitians can be in their own country if America stays out of Haitian business. That's it. So no, Ghana should not be responsible for America's racism. You got white people. It just shows people. It proves the point of how racist America is. Now the other people that have been revoked that TPS status are Syrians. So if you know what's been going on in Syria the past number of years, that the Americans has installed a former Al Qaeda leader as president of Syria. So now they consider Syria stable, which is not. So they'll send the Syrians back. So it only applies to Haitians and Syrians, but Haiti is not stable. So again, Ghana should not be responsible for America's racism. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say about it.
Okay. Go ahead, Brandon. At the Brandon's Haiti Reformation Project. Go ahead, Brandon.
Can you hear me okay, Dynast?
Yeah, you good. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing. Once again, we have black men. They refuse to be honest about the situation. We always try to reduce things down to race, and it's not about race. A lot of the people who are getting sent back came over here because of the earthquakes in 2010, right, Dynast? An earthquake is not a racial event. It's just a natural event that displaced a lot of people. The white man that they hate so much, he was kind enough to allow these people to come into the country, to America. He then allowed them to work and make American dollars to feed their families and do whatever they wanted to do. Haitians have earned billions and billions of dollars since they've been in America under temporary protection status, right? Dynast, how much of that money have they invested in rebuilding their country? How many politicians have they put their money behind to start to create the government that they want, that can run the country the way they want it run? $0, Dynast. Because when they came over here on temporary protection status, they thought they were the Israelites leaving Egypt. They thought it was all good in the hood and they were going to be allowed to stay over here permanently. And the reality is, let's face it, Dynast, Haitians are just like black people living in the hood. Soon as we get a little money, what's the first thing we do? We move out. We got to get away from the other ends, right? So the Haitians, once they got off the island, they felt like they had been freed. They don't want to be on that island. And they'll make up any excuse not to go back. Just like a kid will make up any excuse not to go to school when they don't want to go to school in the morning, right? You have an opportunity to rebuild your country. You got billions and millions of dollars being made and generated by Haitians living in America. Put your money behind the political structure, fund the candidates you want, and start rebuilding your country. Barbecue is a criminal. The Kenyans tried to help Haitians. And I watched a bunch of Haitians cheer for the Haitians, the gangs, against the Kenyans. The dangerous, deadly gangs. At the end of the day, the Kenyans ain't eating people. The Kenyans are not slaughtering people in the street, raping women, or none of that, right? So they are the opposite. They're the good guys. The gangs are marauding. They're killing people. They're raping women, raping young girls, all this stuff, unless those people are lying when they tell those stories online. I saw Haitians cheer against the Kenyans and cheer for thugs, violent thugs. Now that they have to go back, why aren't you happy to go back to the violent thugs that you cheered for? Every Haitian wants to keep Haiti violent and degenerate because that gives them an excuse to never have to go back, Dynast. But you have to force these people to go back to build their country, because as long as they can blame the white man, they will keep using that as an excuse never to rebuild Haiti. The Dominican Republic is on the same island. They figured out a way to make a life and have some level of prosperity. You have better beaches, the same beach, whatever you want to call it. You have the same opportunity. Why haven't Haitians invested in the tourism infrastructure of that island? Those are billion-dollar investments just waiting for somebody to take advantage. Because like most black people around the globe. They want to just be up under the nuts of the white man. Their goal, the epitome of their existence, is to be in close proximity to the white man so they can blame him for all their problems, right? Like I posted on Facebook yesterday. If a black man don't happens to not know something, he gonna say the white man hid it from him. That's all this is, the blame game. But the internet is exposing you. God is exposing you guys as degenerates. Go back to your country, build it up, and stop trying to play games with people because we see right through it.
Donna, so I know we gotta stop Brandon. Come on now. Come on. You tell him
Bapalico, I got it. This is an open platform. I allow people from differing viewpoints come on and speak their mind.
Yeah, but Brandon is lying.
I'm just speaking the truth.
No. You said so the white man have nothing to do with the Haitian president getting killed, paying these gang. They ain't got nothing to do with it.
You cannot prove that.
They said it was the vice president, right?
Brandon, what do you mean you can't prove that?
They said it was the vice president.
Elvis, if I can interject. In fact, it was a Haitian in Florida that got arrested for conspiring and paying the Colombians to go do it.
You cannot, exactly, Dinus. These are unfounded, baseless claims. You can't just scream, the white man did it. You have to have proof.
Yeah, whites have interfered in Haiti, but I don't think that the president being assassinated was directly from the white man's hand.
And the president being assassinated wasn't really no big thing because the country was still being run like a open air prison. Why don't you guys use your money? Why don't you guys use your money you're making in America and invest in Haiti? That's the number one way to get rid of crime. Do you know if you give people an opportunity, they will turn against the criminals because they're going to say, we ain't going to let you mess up our money.
So the number one intelligence, America, a guy in America has been getting money. The number one intelligence country in the world.
Number one intelligence country is Israel.
Hold on, to send money over to kill their president. Come on, man. This isn't making any sense. You think they would know what's going on?
Let me play this real quick. Hold on, I'm going to play this.
On the assassination of Haiti's President Jovenel Moïse, we're now learning that 2 of the men arrested for his murder are from South Florida. Tonight, Haiti remains on high alert after its president was assassinated inside his home.
Besides the 2 men from South Florida, the suspects in custody also include at least 26 Colombians.
Tonight, Haiti is a country under siege as the manhunt for the killers of President Moïse ramps up. More than a dozen captured in the last 24 hours, with at least 7 others killed. 2 of those arrested are U.S. citizens, including James Solage, a Haitian American from Fort Lauderdale. Our news partners of the Miami Herald report that Joseph Vincent, also from South Florida, was arrested, and that at least 24 Colombian nationals are being accused of being part of the hit squad. President Moïse was shot 12 times in the head and body. His wife shot 3 times, and their daughter survived only because she hid in a bedroom and managed to escape. The former prime minister is calling for an international investigation.
This was a contracted hit to go and kill the president, silence the president. We cannot wait. The world cannot wait. It's important for every Haitian's security and for the country's stability to get to those who have financed this assassination of the president.
Moïse had become increasingly...
All right, yeah. So it was another Haitian. It was 2 Haitians in Florida who alleged, they got arrested.
I wonder why they wanted to kill him.
They'll invest money to get the president killed, but won't invest money to drive the economy. What I'm saying has nothing to really do with politics. It has everything to do with economics. Haitians are making money. Haitians run the in-home care and all that, the hospice care on the East Coast, over in the Northeast. Why aren't they putting that money back into Haiti and build the country? Politics is controlled by money, and you guys have the money to control the politics. Stop making excuses. How can the Lebanese live there and invest, but Haitians who making more money than the Lebanese don't want to do it? You guys just don't want to. Stop blaming on everybody else. Stop telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a grown-ass man, dog. I know how it works. Y'all want to stay here, live up under the comfort of the white man, and blame him for your problems. My community has been doing it for decades. So you think I'm going to give you an excuse?
Let me pass the mic to Haiti Reformation Project. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
Wow, man. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. What I could say is about this TPS thing. It's bad news and it's good news, as in a way, because it's bad because of the way it's happening, but it's good because it gives Haitians an opportunity to go back to Haiti and build their country and build up Haiti. But I do have some stuff to say as of two. If you look at the Haitian community and you look at the Black community, there's two concepts in Haiti. If you look at Haitians, there's a lot of Haitians that say it's the Haitians' fault. The community, they say, yo, it's Haitians' fault, man, because if the Haitians didn't give the white man the opportunity to open the door and use them to do whatever they want to do for them to destroy Haiti, then they wouldn't even get a chance to be destroyed, to be destabilizing Haiti, you know? Because in the Haitian community, when I talk to them about this, a lot of them, they blame the Haitian leaders because it's a lot of the Haitians, because they say if the Haitian leaders didn't leave the door open for the white man to come through and use them to destroy Haiti, then the Haiti wouldn't be as bad as today. They blame the Haitian. And then when you look at over here in the Black community, America, there's another concept where the conservatives, where like the guy that was talking before me, where it's like, oh, don't blame the white man, pull yourself out up by the bootstraps. The white man ain't got nothing to do with it. Independence for 200 years, 300 years now. Independent around the same time as you. Look at America. Look at
Hey, Haiti Reformation Project. Your connection is going in and out.
Look at God taking him out right when he started blaspheming against me.
Let me read the super chat. JCE, thank you for the 499 holla. There are two types of gangs in Haiti: the suit ones and the flip flops. Barbecue controls the flip flops, and the suits listen to the Arab and Jews there. Facts. Okay.
Brandon, how could you go back to Haiti and fix Haiti with all the gangs? With all them gangs running amok in Haiti, how can you fix it? Tell me, give us a clue.
Listen, you can literally go to another country, give them money, and they'll send troops over there that will annihilate those gangs in 5 minutes. If they really wanted to take that island back, they could do it. The Dominican Republic could annihilate those gangs in 5 minutes. You have to want to, though.
Can I say something?
You have to want to.
Can I say something real quick?
If an Israeli state can survive surrounded by hostile Muslim countries for all these years, I'm sure we can get a couple of gang members off of the island.
Wait. Let me finish making my point, and then I'll give you guys the floor. Let me just make my point, okay? Because it's not as simple as you make it seem. The first thing you have to understand about Haiti is Haiti got its independence when the era of revolutions. Haiti's independence is connected to France's revolution. So once Haiti got its independence, the French, they were still kind of they were upset after Haiti got its independence. And everybody says about the independence debt, but when you look at it, Haiti didn't want to pay independence. It was they coerced through the banks and through Napoleon. He was working with the Rothschilds and the banks, and they conspired. And also, you have to remember, through Haiti, the mulattoes were very influential because the mulatto class were the ones fighting who sparked it in France. And then when they brought it to Haiti, and then it spread. But after the independence, the French kind of used the mulatto class to destabilize what we did, because Haiti couldn't do a stable thing because they assassinated Dessalines. After they assassinated, wait, let me finish. After they assassinated Dessalines, boom, Henry Christophe died. That's when they coerced us to pay independence, but we never agreed to pay it. That's what they tell you all. But when you look at it, right before the U.S. invaded Haiti in 1915, what happened was the rights to the Haiti's independence, it had been paid off. because we had this guy named President Estimate. President Dumont Estimate, he was the best Haitian president in the world. He was the guy that started tourism, because tourism didn't exist in the Caribbean until he did tourism. He had a big thing. Then all of a sudden, Jamaica copied it, and then the white elite started coming, and that was kind of bad to me because we wasn't really ready to open up. But basically, he paid off all of Haiti's independence debt. He made him pay it off to the banks, and then he sent a delegation to the U.S. to let them know, yo, we paid it off. Because what happened was the U.S. had bought the rights to the independence debt from France. Yeah, the U.S. bought the rights from Haiti's independence debt after we paid it off from France, and that's why they came in. They bought it through the bank, and that's why they invaded in 1915 and took the gold. And
what does this history lesson have to do with today?
Let me finish. We'll talk after. And what happened was, during that time, they have this thing called the Haitian. Ever since 1915, the invasion, the U.S. has been in total control of our government and of our politics. They got a guy named Allen Dulles. Now, Allen Dulles, what happened was Allen Dulles, all of them, he was the lawyer for the corporations. He's the one that started the CIA. They're the ones that started the boule. What I gotta say is, the way they got the boule over here, they got a boule in every nation, in every country. The CIA operates in. So they got a Haitian political class, which is just like the boule over here, which totally sells out the Haitian people. Now, what happened was the bank bought the rights, then they invaded in 1915, and then in 1915 they invaded us. They took over our banks. They destroyed us, and then they try to they forced us to do the Constitution over and everything. So when you look at it, their hands are not clean because they're just cunning. Even if you look at the assassination of what? Even if you look at the assassination of President Mose,
are you on parole? Because I'm here in prison babble.
Hey, Brandon, let him speak, man. Let's not do this. Let him speak. Go ahead, Reformation Project.
I'm about to cut my point, but I just want to make it clear when it comes to Haiti that when we first got another point I want to make is when we first got our independence, we were standing alone by ourselves. Russia was the first to recognize us, but we were ostracized by the whole international community. America didn't recognize Haiti's independence until 50 years later when they were about to do the Civil War. And that's only because Lincoln was about to free the slaves and they wanted to make themselves look legitimate. But they've been antagonistic from us. And among Haitians, there's a thing that's saying on code. When we got our independence, the thing that messed it up is the Black Americans, they were supposed to fight and get their freedom too and destroy this whole slavery shit. The reason why we in this position today is because we're not on code. Because white people were slaves too. But when they were slaves in Europe of the Moors and stuff, they rose and fought together. When Dessalines fought and broke the slavery in Haiti, the Black slaves were supposed to rise up and break it in America too. But they never found a way to do it, and that's why they still away. But it's the white people that went in America, and also I want to say a lot of people don't know this, but America has claimed Haiti's natural resources. They have claimed it's written.
We do know that.
Said it, all of them said it. They have claimed Haiti's natural resources as theirs. Haiti's oil, all of Haiti's mineral, it's already claimed as theirs, and that's what we're in a fight for. Because what happened is, after the earthquake, 2010 earthquake, and they raised all that money, and then they stole it. That's when we woke up and we started asking questions. And now certain motherfuckers are starting to get mad because we see the game.
Hey, bro, gotta get fined.
People in the earthquake, and then steal billions, and then walk away and thinking shit is sweet, and thinking shit is sweet. But now, the Epstein style, everything, Haiti WikiLeaks exposed it. So yeah, man, they're sending the Haitians back, but they sending the Haitians back because they mad. and hopefully and there's a lot of ignorant Haitians that are upset or whatever. But it's time for us to rebuild Haiti. Hopefully, we could use this as a chance to rebuild Haiti. But I'm going to say this one last thing before I go. This is my last
How long
point.
you been out of
When we
jail?
got hit by the 2010 earthquake,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Haiti looked
Let him
around,
talk.
there
Let him
was
talk. Don't
no
interrupt. Let him talk.
African nation. There was no African nation that's on par with none of these Europeans. Okay, like if Africa, well, after the earthquake, we looked around, but AES is kind of standing up. But honestly, if we was to go to war right now, we get slaved. There's no African nation like Haiti could turn to right now and be like, yo, I know Diners is trying to say Ghana, trying to be helpful and stuff. But ever since Kwame, they overthrew the government on behalf of the CIA for Kwame Nkrumah. It's been a wrap for them. Now they're following Europe, trying to do reparations. They're not a help. There's no African nation that Haiti could turn to that is as powerful as any European nation that could help them. The closest one is the AES. And I'll leave it at that.
Hey, how you blame the Black Americans?
I gotta read this super chat. It's all by design. Thank you for Tanella Holla. I apologize if this is incorrect, but aren't the people in Haiti considered ADOS as well? Does Ghana, Nigeria, and other African countries owe them reparations as well? Apologies if I'm wrong. No, they wouldn't be considered American descendants of slavery.
Diners,
They are descendants of slavery.
How is he blaming Black Americans for what the mulattoes did to the Haitians? Black Americans had nothing to do with your situation. You guys were betrayed by the mulattoes who wanted acceptance from their white daddies. Stop trying to act like Haiti is just, oh, we're victims. No, you're a country where you have had a huge population of white and Black people who wanted the acceptance of France. They wanted French citizenship. So they sold you out. You were never independent. You never won the war. The mulattoes used you to fight against their parents because they were disgruntled. And you guys thought that you had got something because you got used and you got nothing. Yes, America took your resources, but so what? When the earthquake hit, America also let y'all in here by the thousands. You should be thanking America. You're just ungrateful. And ashy.
What the hell is Brandon talking about, man? What are you talking
brother.
about? Brother, they're taking the resources and you talk about they're ungrateful? What are you talking about?
I mean, there is some truth to that, right? America has made a lot of Haitian millionaires. I personally know Haitians who are doing really well in the United States. So if a country really hates you, right, they will let you starve. They will let you die. They won't even open their doors to you.
That's not true.
Hold on.
That's not true.
I hear you, brother. Let me just finish it.
Burkina Faso's in France. Doesn't have rich Malis in France. Come on, man.
Please.
Stop talking crazy.
We're talking about
Slow
America.
down, you fast-talking Haitian grifter. Let the man speak.
I'm not Haitian.
He's not Asian, Brandon. But let Elvis finish.
You island, whatever you are.
All right, guys. Guys, let Elvis speak. Go ahead, Elvis.
Yeah, we're talking about the United States of America, right? We're not talking about the other African countries or France in particular. My point here is the policies of the old days in the 1920s and 30s and even the 1910s, they were horrible. Certain people were racist, blatant racists who were presidents and senators in this country. And they certainly give the shut stick to Haiti, probably because they were rebellious against the French, Western imperialism. But the policies that's being meted out today, I think Brennan, if he's being honest, would say that it's unfair to the Haitians, especially when they're in a tough situation in their home country. You have refugees. It's international law that if a country is going through crisis, and somebody seek refuge in your country, you have to give them refuge. So right now, Haiti is going through a war pretty much. And those Haitians who are leaving the country and seeking refuge, by international law, by treaty, they should be given refuge in this country. So for the president to turn his back and say he's going to send them back into a war-torn, situation, I think it's wrong, especially when you consider the white South Africans coming into this country.
Why can't they be given refuge somewhere else?
Well, maybe that
you got to pass a lot of countries to get to America.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree. Okay, I think it's my turn. I think I agree to some of the point. Actually, Elvis made. Brandon, he made some valid point, but generally I disagree with you. Normally I agree with you on a lot of points, but today I'm afraid, my brother, I have to disagree with a lot of the things And also in terms of sorry, Kidela. I mean,
I think
this is why I point. What was he saying?
Brad will have some points, some deep points.
Yeah,
Deep,
but
deep
some of it
points.
I agree, but majority of it I disagree. That's fine. It's not a problem. We can't agree all the time on certain things.
Look,
Where I hang on. Where I agree is that it's our African leaders or our leaders in Haiti who are putting us in this mess at the first place. And these are the people who are not able to actually look after the people of their own people. To put us, where we're in this mess. I mean, for example, right? The America and Europe, they have this law that they sign up to, which is international law, as Elvis rightly mentioned. This is a law they all have to abide to. So it's not because they want to, sometimes it's not because they want to have you in their country. If I'm honest, sometimes they don't want it. But because it's an international law, you have to abide by it. And also, I will not come here and say all Europeans or all white people are bad people, are terrible people. I'll never do that because I have time and time voiced out how William Wilberforce, who is an English white man who went to West Africa with the abolitionists and the loyalists, who actually helped stop other Africans selling other Africans, as slaves. So I live in a city where white people used to have secret meetings, and campaign have on the ground campaign to stop slavery. Those that were caught in those meetings, they had their head chopped off. They had public hanging because it was so strict. You cannot talk against slavery. So to sit down and say, "Oh, all white people, are terrible," and stuff like that, it's not right. But at the same time, we know the system that these countries operate under, and the agenda and the divide and rule is live, is there, is alive, and is no longer hidden factor. This is not me making it some African who is coming here to complain. This is out there in the UK, it's in the media, even a lot of white people are opposing it. They think it's wrong what this right wing government are doing, including the one in America. Their policies are actually quite brutal towards people of color and people of religion that they do not share the same religion or they share the same ideology with. It's quite authoritarian. So that's why when some people come here and criticize authoritarian governments, other than the Western so-called Western civilized government, it makes me laugh because at the moment the Western government are just as authoritarian as the authoritarian governments that they are claiming to be brutal. So the level of hypocrisy is unbelievable. So what I'm trying to say is now the laws that they're passing against people of the odd people out of their country, like the black migrants or the non so-called Christians, in their country. These other countries could actually pass equal laws, similar laws to them, and their people and their corporations, because we know they heavily rely on laws of these countries to survive. So, what do we have leaders who have the guts to stand up to them and say, look, you maltreat my citizens and you deport them out of the country, I will close your embassy down and everything that we have in New York, in anything that you have in our country, will have to be removed also. Let's go for a tit for tat. You don't have that.
That's what I'm saying.
That goes back to our leaders.
bro,
Yeah, that goes back to the leaders in Africa who I think are the modern day slave masters.
But that's what I'm
Apart from
telling. Brandon talking
bro,
about to go back to the country, but what I'm saying, if the country is billing like how Abraham Traore is billing, yes, they will go back because they will see something happening. Who is going to go
Right.
back to a war zone country that's still controlled by a bunch of colonials? America still got their hands all up in the air and politicians and all them stuff. So he not making any sense.
bro,
No rich person, Elvis, because you say too, no rich person, Haitian in America is going to go back to a war zone place to build a country up. That don't make no
bro,
sense. That is all chaos.
when you do
Not making
the
any sense.
I was only saying that America is giving
Right.
Haitians opportunities to succeed in this
Wh-
country. So that's all I was saying.
when you still relax in a country that doesn't belong to you, you don't have power. I think as I say, the Haitians are self-living. Forget this multi-billionaires who hold American passport. You're just holding it temporarily. It's not yours. So you see, it's all a black people. See, look at Chinese. Who built up Chinese? If you say Chinese that live in the United States,
Yeah, but Chinese is coming. Chinese is
Hold on,
coming.
Hey, I gotta pass the mic. We got a new caller. Go ahead, Super African.
Okay.
After I got read the super chats.
Oh, okay. How's everybody, man? How Diamonds, man? How you doing?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Respect to the Haitians, man. Especially the Haitian Revolution. The first black nation in the world that defeat the white man. The first.
That is past. That is past.
Facts.
That is past.
No, hold on. I said that for a
No,
reason.
presidency that is past.
Man, my God, man, you guys.
Let him talk.
Let him have his time.
Yeah, let him talk.
History. No, it matters. It matters because the people that still control the world, that's who they defeated. The people that still control the world, that's who they defeated. You understand me, right? So if nobody did not believe that, make a video on YouTube. Provide your evidence why you think Haitians were never independent, so somebody else could debunk you and make you look retarded. Please do. But anyway, let's look at how the reason because Haiti is it's technically a Caribbean country and is super close to America. So which it's already 10 times more difficult because America is not gonna allow somebody in the whole closer to them to become powerful because America is an empire. Let's be fair about it. So Haiti, once again, is an island and it's closer to America. So that's 10 times more difficult for them to rebuild themselves as well. And you look at how currently going on in Jamaica, right? The Chinese came and then built infrastructures, right? And then after that, they took over the stores and all that, right? And then other entity, right? But Jamaica was under the British up to this day. The British did not build highways and all these things. Now currently the last couple of years now, America is forcing the Jamaican government to get away from the Chinese. But the Americans did not come and build, infrastructure the way the Chinese did. So, let's be fair about, we live in America. Let's talk about what America is, man. It is an empire. They go around the world and bully other people. They want to be the boss. They've been the boss about 80 years now. They will never allow Haiti, that's a Caribbean country, to project power against them. They will never. So, so to me, Haiti is stuck in a way that's not favor them at all. So Haiti do need one day, it's going to happen, an African nation that could project power. And I think hopefully the next less than 10 to 15 years, I believe the next 20 years, Haiti will have a tremendous help from the continent of Africa. It's going to happen because you cannot be king forever. You cannot. You cannot dictate the world forever. Just like how British used to do it. Now look at them. It's stuff like that. So overall, it's kind of sad. And to me, I have a personal feeling for toward them, but we don't have no African nation that could truly help them right now because the African continent is very vulnerable, as you can see all these so-called ridiculous democracy leaders in these African countries. But we do have hope though in one of these three countries. And then the good thing about those three countries, they speak French. Haitians speak French as well. So in my view, the Haitians will get help from the black people, which they do deserve. They will get it. Absolutely. It's going to happen because God does not like ugly. At the end of the day, no matter what you say about those Haitians, no matter what you look at history, they will get help from the African continent. A black person over here can scream and holler and all that about this and that, right? But no matter what, if that continent of Africa cannot project power, you will always be tethered to the white man.
Yep.
Let me just push back on you for a second.
Yeah, go ahead, Elvis.
Yeah, your mic is kind of messing up. But let me say this, right? I think one of the reasons that Caribbean countries have a hard time connecting with African countries is because of the Monroe Doctrine. The United States has a hegemony over the Western Hemisphere here. So for any kind of meaningful help, especially military help, to pass through, the waters of this Western Hemisphere to go into Haiti, the United States is going to have to, have something to say about it. So African countries can't just unilaterally act to help Haiti without the interference or the acquiescence of the United States. I think that's one of the hindrances of African countries kind of staying out of Haiti.
Yeah, because of Yes, because the African countries cannot project power in a way that the
Exactly.
American government of the West have to respect it. Just like how China is doing things. When the Americans wants to do this, China say, okay, well, we're gonna do this as well.
Do you know
So
what
right now
Elvis just said?
we
But
don't
sorry,
have
what
it.
Elvis just said is
But
true
let me
because it was Biden.
no
Sorry, it was
no no
Biden
no
who asked Kenya to actually go to Haiti. It wasn't he. It wasn't. Yeah, he was right.
no.
He's
We
right about that.
understand why
Yeah.
the Americans did that, man. That's not on the behalf of self-developed Haiti. No, let's
Oh
be
yeah,
fair.
yeah. No,
Because
I agree. Yeah, yeah, that
let's
makes
be
sense.
fair.
Yeah.
Because if you check Clinton, right? When Bill Clinton was in power, he destroyed the Haitians. They used to grow like plenty of
Yes.
rices. So
Yes,
you
I said
understand?
that.
But
Yes.
yeah, but I'm gonna end
You're
this, right?
right. I
I'm gonna end
agree.
this.
I agree.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna end this, right? You know, I'm not taking shot at other people, right? But there's a thing when you have mixed kids, mixed kids. There's a point. There's a point. It's gonna happen in Africa, just like how Dominicans and Haiti, right? We had those mixed
Yep.
kids, right? There's a time gonna come in Africa where some of these mixed kids are gonna be a traitor. Not all of them, but particular. Because history always repeats itself. That's why you have Dominican. That's why you have Haitians. Me no black, and then
Yep. Yep.
Dominican. Independent. That history from me, I'm gonna start teaching Africans that history because Africans don't know nothing about Haiti Revolution. We don't know nothing at all. It's not taught in Africa at all. I had to learn when I came here, and it's not even like in schools, right? They don't teach you about the Haitian Revolution. I was shocked. I was like, God damn, these people were this tough. I mean, even so-called African nations that celebrate independence, right? It's a false independence. Our independence was handed
Yeah.
to us. But the Haitians, if you don't believe it, please, you're a YouTuber, create a video and provide it so somebody can make you look stupid once again.
No, we
Oh,
know. We know.
I'm
But
listening to the Haitian Revolution,
look
man.
how
The
America is.
Haitian people. Eventually, you can't be king forever. You
Yep.
cannot. You cannot.
Imagine that we've reached a time where telling a group of black people who have money because they're making money in the US
Oh my
to go
God.
back to their country and build for themselves is now a crime. The
Well,
Haitians have the
granted,
opportunity.
is the
Haitians,
Hey,
wait a
condition
you
minute,
you said
is the
that.
wait a minute,
You
condition
said
wait
that.
a
conducive
minute,
for
wait a
development
minute,
right now?
wait
That's
a
the
minute.
question.
Haitians have the
You
ability.
said that
Haitians
Haitians were
have the
never
ability.
independent.
Haitians
Brandon,
have the
Brandon,
ability. Haitians have
Brandon,
the ability to
Brandon. You
do.
said
Let him speak real
Haitians,
quick, please. Let him speak,
he's
please.
already been speaking. He said the
No,
same
I'm
thing.
saying he
Same
should
thing.
let you speak real quick. That's what I'm saying.
Haitians have an opportunity to do what black people have been talking about doing for centuries. You can build compounds. You could secure an area for yourself and hire mercenaries or whatever you want. Haitians have the money. They have just given up on Haiti because they would rather be in America because America is a better place to be. It has nothing to do with safety. It has nothing to do with the gangs. It has everything to do with they are now Americanized. They are now white in their mind. They do not want to be relegated back to what they believe is an inferior existence on the island of Haiti. And every black man up here knows it.
Yes, Brandon.
Everybody
Brandon,
knows
But
it.
Brandon,
Brandon,
you're
Brandon.
being
Brandon.
insensitive, right? Because
No, brother.
apart from the mayhem that's going on in Haiti, a lot of people, like somebody said, are seeking economic relief, and it's just not the Haitians. There are Asians that come here for economic relief.
Exactly.
There are other
Elvis, can I go
Africans that
after
come here for economic relief. So
What about the Cubans?
the conditions in Haiti is not conducive for development, where
brother?
people can leave their
Asians
lives and go
invest
back
in
there.
their homeland. Mexicans invest in their
Um,
homeland.
um, um,
All
Yeah,
these
Brother,
Mexico is a
let
people,
me say
stable
this real
country, but you
quick.
know how many Mexicans migrate to the United States yearly, and they
Elvis,
the
stay in the
north,
United
the,
States?
Elvis,
the north of
Elvis,
Haiti is good. There are
Okay,
Elvis,
okay,
hotels
you
and
got.
everything
Go ahead,
there.
somebody. You guys go ahead.
just give me 30
brother,
seconds. Just give me
brother,
30 seconds,
brother.
right?
Brandon.
I'm in support of brother. Hold on. I believe,
People, just 30
hold
seconds.
on first.
Yeah, Bang. When he finish,
Just 30
Ola, you
seconds,
can
please.
come
I
I'm,
beg
after
you.
Bang.
I
Yeah,
beg you. I beg you. I
yeah.
beg you. I beg you. Oga, just 30 seconds, please. I beg you, Oga. People talk about go to your country and and fix your country, right? As if as if people don't have the desire to do it, right? The reason why is very impossible because of it's the so-called American payment system, the dollar system that they choke other countries. Once that get reduced to another 10%, 10% more, your big mouth Captain America Negro, don't worry.
30 seconds is up.
It's
30
coming.
seconds is up.
I
But
understand.
you keep,
I understand.
you bro,
But go
you
make a
keep,
video. You
you keep
say
Let's
coming.
not
you say
degenerate,
that
man. The
Donald
Hey,
conversation is
Trump
going
was
let me
lying
speak,
whenever
man.
he
Let
was
me
never
speak.
independent. Go make a
What?
video about that. Go make a video
Hey,
about that.
let me
Go
speak.
make a video about
Bro,
that. So
chill.
nobody can
You
make
need
you
to
stupid
calm
again.
down. You need to
Yeah,
calm
let's
Brother,
not
down.
let
get into
somebody,
a
Stupid
fight.
again.
brother,
Let's keep
Go
it,
make a
you
video
know.
about that.
brother, let somebody else
Somebody
speak,
can make a
brother.
so
But
Mr. President
Let him
speaking.
let him speak, please.
but
Let's
Go make a
I
video
do
about
that.
shit.
All I
It's
yeah,
Hold
man.
on,
Ola's
hold on.
turn. It's Ola's turn.
Go ahead, Brand. You got 45 seconds. I got to pass that, Reverend Green.
Okay,
oh,
listen. All we need to do is say, what is the number one thing keeping Haitians from going back home investing? They will say, oh, it's the gangs led by barbecue. But then out the other side of their mouth, Dinus, they'll be praising barbecue. So what I'm telling you is, this is a typical Caribbean con. They're trying to play games with us. We're scared of barbecue, but we say barbecue is the good guy. It's got to be one or the other. As my daughter would say, you got to pick a struggle. Now, I wanted to give my time to Ola, but guys, this is just excuse making at a high level. Either barbecue is good or he's not. If he's not good, ask the president to help you get rid of him so you can go back and build your country. I'm sure Trump would love to go annihilate barbecue just for fun.
Nope, they're funded by him. They fund them barbecue. Oh, you can. They funded him. How they could take
No,
on
man.
the funding?
You got to prove that. Let me pass it to Reverend Green. Go ahead, Reverend Green.
Good evening, everybody. This is Reverend Green, the man in the high
Well, real
castle.
quick, let me read these super chats first. Let me read these super chats. It's all by design. Thank you for $10 holla. I apologize if this is incorrect, but I already read that. Mushroom 3368. Thank you for $2 holla. During the earthquake, Sierra Leone sent help to Haiti. It's all by design. Thank you for $10 holla. Again, apologies if wrong. What if people of Haiti that still have connections to families in the African countries are able to get free citizenship, housing, jobs, training, resources, etc.? Yeah. Defiant Brandon, thank you for $5 holla. They fought and died to get away from massa. Now they done broke back into the plantation and crying and begging to stay. Go back and build Sac Passe. Defiant Brandon, thank you for $5 holla. Haiti was never independent. They are a tributary state. They love massa. The mulatto were rebellious children who organized their slaves to fight. All right, go ahead, Reverend.
Yes, good evening, everybody. This is the man in the high castle, Reverend Green. And the first thing I would like to point out about aspects of Haiti is that it is one island that they share with one island landmass that they share with the Dominican Republic. Lots of tourist attractions, as we know, go to the Dominican Republic side of the island. Both of them, actually. But I want to speak about Haiti. Haiti has one of the most beautiful seven wonders of the world, known as the Citadel. It was built by slaves there in Haiti from the ground up without cranes or machinery. It is magnificent. It is estimated that it only took them 13 years to build. Now, just imagine after this TPS goes through that all their talent that fled over here can go just concentrate with some machinery and build that island side back up. This is what it takes. Also, it was just about 2024-ish before Spirit Airline had collapsed for bankruptcy or filed for bankruptcy that the barbecue people, they were pew-pewing at the Spirit Airline, one of their airplanes. You can Google everything that I'm saying. It is time to go back home. And it doesn't matter about the Pan-African aspect. We know it doesn't work there, nor anywhere else. But it is time for them to be self-determined, even by true adversity. Time to go back home. Proud Americans, can I see a fire emoji in the live chat if you agree with me? with the USA flag. I rest my case.
Okay, let me chop here a little because I agree with Braden.
Hold on. Let me play this real quick. Reverend Green, actually, I mean, I didn't know this. Hold on, let's play this. Hold on.
Good evening. Off the top at 6 tonight, we continue working breaking news. A packed Spirit Airlines flight suddenly coming under fire in Haiti.
A flight attendant was hurt. The shooting happening after the troubled country's prime minister was just fired. Let's get right to Local 10's Janine Stanwood live at FLL with the late breaking details. Janine.
What an incredibly scary situation for all of those who are on board. We're told 4 rounds were fired at this plane, causing it to divert to the Dominican Republic, where just a short time ago we did receive images of that plane on the tarmac surrounded by crew. And now we're hearing from passengers who are on board.
It goes from here
An overhead compartment riddled with bullet holes after gunfire erupts when this South Florida-based flight tries to land in Haiti.
Basically, we're about to land. I can't estimate exactly how many feet we were from the ground. And I heard clock, 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 3 times.
We're told Spirit Flight 951 departed Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, but according to the airline, an inspection revealed evidence of damage to the aircraft consistent with gunfire. One flight attendant on board reported minor injuries and is being evaluated by medical personnel. This map from FlightAware shows the plane's path south to Port-au-Prince, then diverting east to the Dominican.
All right, there we go. I didn't know
And
that.
lastly, I would like to note this. See, the Dominican Republic side of the island, the Haitians go through this concept of what they call ghost since the Trujillo era over there in the Dominican Republic, where if they catch a Haitian, they will basically stateless them. They will turn them into stateless. There are people that they refer to as ghosts. If they are known to have Haitian identity but cosplay as to them as Dominican, they will unalive them as well. This is very unfortunate that they would rather deal with Uncle Sam trying to boss up on us over here, but they won't get, but they're scared to death of the Dominican Republic. That's more flourishing. That's more greener. This is wild, y'all. What happened to that revolutionary spirit? Huh?
Yeah, they've had catastrophe in the likes of earthquakes.
Well, you can say that. You can say all this stuff. Sorry, all this stuff that you guys are talking about. Yeah, 1 second. All the guys you guys are saying about Haiti today, you can say that about all the other 8 nations of immigrants in America, right? You can say that about them. But when these laws were passed, you can, because a lot of American people that migrate to America have some form of issue that they left back in their country before they migrated, and some of these policies that Trump is actually legislating, it's going to affect vast amount of people, right? You can say that about a lot of, but the way some of some of the things that have been said today against the Haitians, it sounds like there's some form of black hate towards each other, like some kind of animosity towards Haitians.
Yeah, we need to support the Haitians.
So that
Africa.
If you
shout out to DRC Congo, man. They just won their game, man. They went through to the next round. So shout out DRC Congo.
Oh, wicked. Yeah.
All right, this is the point I want to make. Can I make a point real quick?
I'm not surprised. Why are you surprised?
Yeah.
All right, look. Yo, can I make a point real quick?
I voted for this. Drain the swamp, proud Americans.
Exactly. See, that's the reason why I just said what I just said.
Drain the reflecting pool.
Can I make a point, please? Can I make a point? I want to make a point. Can I make a point,
1 second,
please?
you can make 1 second, you can make a point. Reverend Green,
You keep saying that, man.
what
Go
I
ahead.
said. you're the reason why I said Reverend Green. It's because you got more smoke for your own people than other people. I pass the mic. Yeah, go on.
I knew a woman from Togo, and I love that
Okay,
French accent. You know, when
Hold
they
on,
when a sister speak
the
with
guy,
that,
the Haitian
they
guy got
should
the
get their
floor,
things
Reverend
together
Green.
there in Haiti, though. They really
all
Yeah,
right,
let the
should.
cool,
Asian
cool.
man.
They
Okay,
can. They
cool.
can.
Cool. Can
They
I want to
can
make a point.
with
You guys
determination
got to speak. Let me just make a
on
point
their
real
own.
quick, and I'll let you guys have the
Reverend
Reverend
chance.
Green,
Green,
let
let the
him
man make
speak.
his point.
Check this out.
Let him
Check
speak.
this out. Check this out. Check this out, please. Let me just make this point, please. Check this out. Okay, you're talking about Haiti. I'm a Haitian. Let me make this point. I'm about to drop some knowledge on you guys because I see you guys are really ignorant about Haiti, especially you FBAs, man. You FBAs are like, you guys don't know nothing about indigenous knowledge. Haiti had the indigenous army of Haiti, okay? It is knowledge of the indigenous army of Haiti that even raised a clue about your FBA might be indigenous, and then
So
guess
why
what?
don't
An
they fight
80-year white.
barbecue?
Let me make my point. Let me make my point.
They
Because
scared
you
to
guys
death,
are so
babbling.
ignorant, and
Nobody did
wait,
that.
and you guys are aligning with this white supremacist government to shit on Haiti, and you don't have no power. You
Why is
have
the
no
DR
power in this government.
thriving? Why is
It's not
Dominican
you
Republic
taking out the
thriving then,
Haitians.
huh?
It's
The
the
same white
Republicans,
supremacist
man.
government
You
you
have
don't want to
no
read.
power.
Oh,
So wait,
oh
let me
yeah,
make
make
this
some more
point. Let me
excuses.
make
Yo,
this
Make
point
them
to
all.
you,
let's
man.
not
And you
gang up on the
are
Haitian brother,
allowed,
man. Let the man
and
speak.
Please let him
He
speak
fled
over.
just
too. He ain't in Haiti.
you just like
He fled. He ain't in
I
Haiti.
forgot it. You
Uh,
He
it's
living up off
permanent.
of
You are
government
permanent
assistance right
underclass
here in
in
the United.
America. Now the point I
Stop
want to
speaking
make
over him.
about Haiti is about the fact that a lot of people don't know about core group. Haiti is under a thing called core group trust. Okay, they put Haiti under a trust after they found out about it had a lot of natural resources. It's called core group. They illegally put Haiti under a trust. What happened was in Ottawa, you could read about this. It's the same thing as the Berlin Conference. That's the thing, man. These people, ever since Berlin Conference, they still doing Berlin Conference things till to this day. Check this out. They had this thing called the Ottawa Initiative on Haiti. This happened like 2003 in Canada. They came together and they used this thing called right to defend or respect. And they said all the trouble which they're causing in Haiti, which what they use is problem reaction solution, they're causing in Haiti. Now they're gonna give you the solution for it, right? So what happened was they came up, they had a meeting, and they said, "Oh, we're gonna put Haiti under a trust like they did Kosovo," and they said they're gonna get rid of Aristide. So what
Man,
happened was
hey,
Aristide was doing the whole thing, but to make a long story short, the whole thing when they were kicking out Aristide back in 2003, when they flew Aristide out of the country, they used that whole episode of the core group to put Haiti under trust, and that's the way they do it because they use the ambassadors. A lot
but
of
what I
these ambassadors in these countries doubled as spies,
but
like in
none of what
Iran and
you're
stuff.
saying
So
matters
that's how
because
this thing works. So
no
on the
matter how
low,
evil
Haiti is under a
no
trust
matter how
for the
evil
core group
America
trust.
is,
And
listen,
I'll leave it
no
at
matter,
that, okay?
let me
But you
say
good,
this.
what you saying?
No matter how many bad things you say about America, you guys still want to stay here. You can't keep saying, America did this to me, America did this to me, but I don't want to go leave America to go back to my country. You're just wasting your breath because
But
everything
I
you say about America,
understand,
listen,
Brandon.
bro,
Okay, Brandon, I
hold
understand
on,
your point, but you have to
hold on,
look at Latin
hold on.
America.
We
America doesn't do
understand.
all of Latin
Listen,
America.
man,
America
listen,
does
man.
it to the whole world.
We,
America's whole
listen,
point
man.
is to run the whole
Okay,
world
we
and
get it.
keep every
We get
other
it. We
nation
get it.
down.
We get it.
So
But what I'm
Man, can I
telling
say
you,
something?
hold on, actually, it's Ola's turn to speak. But what I'm saying is this: you could talk about America being bad until you're blue in the face. At the end of the day, America gave your people an amazing opportunity to come here, work for 16 to 20 years, and then go rebuild. It is not
America
America's fault. Hey, bro,
right
let me
now,
finish.
every
Let me finish,
Christian,
bro. Let me
Man,
everything.
finish.
man, man, Brandon,
Let
you
me
have to tell
finish.
me time you're gonna speak.
What
It's
a
not
mercenary.
America's. Hey, bro. Hey,
What a
listen, man.
mercenary.
Hey, your microphone is breaking up, man. You need.
Right now, it's a
Hey,
game.
listen,
You gotta be smarter
bro,
than that.
bro. Everything you say, everything you say,
America help nobody, boss. America
everything you
doesn't
say,
help the black population at all. It
everything
only
you
serves
say,
their interests.
America
Everything
only
you
serves its
say,
interest.
listen, man, you sounding ignorant, bro. Everything you say is a history lesson that's long-winded. What we're trying to tell you is we don't care about none of this history you're talking about. What we're saying is this: Haitians have made billions and billions, 60, 70 billion dollars since they've been here since 2010. You guys have made plenty of money, plenty of enough money to control the politics of your nation. You could literally hire a mercenary army to go eliminate the gangs in 2 or 3 days. You love the white man. You are. This is the reality. Wait. Let me get this point out.
Well,
Let me get this point out.
I gotta pass the mic. Brandon, you got 20 seconds. I gotta pass the mic to
Dinus,
Pastor.
Dinus,
20
this is
seconds,
what
yeah.
it all boils down to. As much as they condemn America, they would give their left arm to replace black Americans in America so they could be up under the white man's nuts. We get that. We don't hold that against you. Stop with the ego trip. Haiti is a tributary nation that was never independent. You guys were a bunch of
Can I even
slaves who
speak?
got, hey, let me finish my point. You guys
I
were a
just want
bunch
to
of,
speak, man.
listen, you guys were a bunch of slaves who got
I
organized by
just want to
half
speak.
white. You got, you got,
This is too much, boy. You can't
listen,
say
shut up.
Can other people speak?
Can
Oh,
you
I
listen?
gotta
People
pass the
need
mic.
your
But
help, man.
Brandon, we got 20 though, Brandon. Haitian
Yeah, you
restoration. I
don't
gotta
gotta
pass
share
the
the
mic.
derogatory
I
statement,
gotta
Brandon.
pass the mic. Go ahead, Passport King. Go ahead, Passport King. Unmute yourself, Passport King. Passport King, unmute yourself.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Well, I don't know why people are surprised. This is what the Trump administration been saying, but I'm just going to be petty for a quick second. Wasn't it just last week when you had various members of the diaspora trying to hijack Juneteenth and talking about it's for them? And now a week later, some of the same ones I was online talking, trying to hijack Juneteenth are now crying about deportation. Well, I guess the ancestors answer that one who
Yep.
Juneteenth is really for. But let's be serious. Look, see, I'm tuning in late, so I might end up saying things that other people have already stated in some form or another. So I apologize. I didn't catch from the beginning, but let me cut to the chase. The diaspora, and that's what I call them as diaspora immigrants because they're not black. They don't refer to black themselves as black in neither the West Indies, aka the Caribbean, nor any African continent. Since they like to use African diaspora, I call them diaspora immigrants. They had decades going back to after the 1965 Immigration Reform Act, formerly called the Immigration Nationality Act, aka the Helen is it Helen Cart? I don't want to say the wrong senator's name, but the Helen Seller Act. I'm saying it slightly off, but definitely the immigration. They had decades to get on code with Black Americans. They came in and they pretty much part of the expression show their behind. Oh, we better than you. Y'all don't know who you are. We got culture. And some of them are crazy enough to say, oh, the white man liked them better. They prefer them. Well, how none of that has aged well, hasn't it? Some of them even thought that they was going to replace us in the United States. Well, these same white men who they've been worshiping and white women is showing them exactly what they think about them. And you know, U.S. slavery descendants, freemen, FBA, DOS, ADOS, we just looking at them like, well, we kind of told you. And see, now they're in a pickle because they want to beg back people for help, but one, they know they can't, and two, even if they was the beggars for help, there's nothing we could do even if we wanted to help them. The die is cast, it's done. But here's the thing, this is bigger than Haitians. Haitians and Syria is just a start. They say it's up to 1.3 million immigrants under TPS that can be kicked out. And so it's not going to stop at the Haitians. So yes, Are they going to target the diaspora immigrants first? Of course they are. But guess what? Why they acting so? Oh, I forgot. They was the ones always saying that racism don't exist and we just don't work hard. We're not smart like them. We don't work hard. Okay, cool. Well, now after they get deported back to their countries, they can work hard and build their countries up. But I'll land my plane right there.
Hey, Dennis, let me say this quickly, right? The temporary status, one of the considerations is that if your country is unstable, if you had it's almost like asylum, right? But they grant you a temporary status because you have an unstable country that you can't really, inhabit at the moment. So can we look at Haiti and say that the conditions there are inhabitable for those people who should be deported? Now, by being on TPS, you already admitted that you are in the country illegally, i.e., you overstayed your visa, and you came here maybe and you couldn't go back home because while you were here, there was a war that broke out in your country, or there was an active war and you fled, or whatever the case may be. So there are considerations that go into granting that status. So with the Haitians, it's clear and it's glaring that they have a situation where the country is unstable and there's violence going on in the streets of Haiti, and thereby it should be extended. But again, it's to the president's, prerogative whether or not to extend it. And I think President Trump is being insensitive because of all the countries, Haiti, Haitians need that extension because the country is in turmoil. So let's be sensitive on the issue and not just.
But Elvis, you have to understand that Americans voted for Trump to get rid of people who aren't supposed to be here anymore. So Trump is a democratically elected leader who is doing what his people elected him to do. You can't say that's being insensitive. If a bunch of Americans went to Haiti and they told us, hey, you guys can't stay here anymore, you got to go, we would just have to leave. Here's the thing. These Haitians have made plenty of money where they could have controlled the politics of their country. They thought they were going to be able to stay here permanent under a temporary status. Now they're mad.
Brandon, I agree with that. I agree. Democratically, Brandon, I agree. The man, 1 second. 1 second. He got a mandate. He got what? No, hold on 1 second. Trump got the mandate. Okay, I
guys,
agree.
let Ola speak. He's been patient. He's been patient. Let him speak.
Let me just say one thing. Okay.
You see one thing with black people sometimes when I get surprised is, especially let me speak about the Nigeria blacks sometimes. When they come around, even the chicks inside. There's a one black was the one Nigerian American that came to Nigeria and said, "Oh, I'm an American. I can't be with a poor guy. I can't go and marry. I have to marry the rich guy. You understand me? I have to marry the rich guy." I was looking at this guy. I'm like, you think Nigerians have money millionaire looking to you? So what you say here is that they want to be proud to be American, but forget about their homeland. You can't live in somebody else's house that conquer an area. For you to have that strength to say, okay, I'm here, I'm this, you have to have the one controlling the rules. The white man control the rules. What happened? What is going on now with Donald Trump? What's happening in England? You just wait for the next election. Then you start seeing a lot of Africans will be crying in England very, very soon. Because when they look back home, when they look back home, they have nothing. For all the years they've been in these countries, they refuse to build even 4-bedroom house, rooms, 4-bedroom rooms to be theirs. If you have all these things in your country, after 3 years in a place that doesn't belong to you, just because you hold their citizenship, you don't because, oh, I'm British, I'm this, I'm that. You're not. Who gave it to you a power to take it back? The white British, they give them. It's their heritage. So the white prime minister cannot take it back. But as long as that white person gives you that citizenship, he has also right to take it back from you. Go and build your house. Build a house comfortable heavily for yourself. What business doing down there? If the white man ever asks you to leave, so thank you very much for giving me temporary residence to live here. May God bless you. You pack your bag without not crying. Haitians are crying now because they didn't do nothing there.
I agree to all. I agree to all of that.
They didn't hold a meeting, secret meeting. They didn't hold a secret meeting among themselves. Rather, the secret meeting they were holding is how to eliminate whoever is the leader there. They start sponsoring terrorists in their own country.
Okay,
All
I
right,
agree to all of that.
let me pass the mic to High Value Tyrone. Go ahead, High Value Tyrone.
I was gonna make a very quick point
Well,
down
last
as
guy,
well.
let him go. Then I'll pass it back to you. Go ahead, High Value.
Okay, thank you.
First thing first, man, salute to the platform, man. Salute to what you got going on, man, and your tours and everything. Hopefully people continue to support the brother in his doings in Africa, bringing people to the continent. Now, I understand y'all don't like what Brandon is saying, but at the end of the day, if you have a TPS, that means that you're not a citizen. Now you have the people that from Liberia and all these other places that got full citizenship. That's a different story. But if you know that if you're on a TPS and it keep getting extended. So what's shocking me when I hear Elvis and the rest of these people saying that they hate Trump, but Trump extended it. He extended it. Both him and Biden extended. So he at one point he didn't have to. But this is the one thing that I like about the Trump administration, that he's listening to black conservatives. You get what I'm saying? Like all these other presidents, they don't listen to y'all, period. They just do whatever they want to do. But where have they learned? They learned that the Haitians don't fuck with black Americans because they don't. I stay in Georgia. I lived in Florida. The Haitians don't fuck with black Americans at all.
How about we can't give absolutes to everybody, because I got
okay,
I have Haitians that I consider family.
It's no such thing as absolute, but you can't. They don't fuck with us. You get what I'm saying? Now you got people. I work with two Haitians. But that same two Haitian guys will tell me if we didn't work together, we wouldn't even speak. So sometimes you're friendly based on, it's the same way if me and Elvis, we didn't know each other, but we both smoked cigarettes at the job, we might become cool. But we ain't really cool. We just smoke cigarettes at the job and then you become cordial. But at the end of the day, they know how the Haitians treat black, that we're not together. You know what I'm saying? And Haitians make it be known, and that's not all of them. I don't even think you should say all, but you know what I'm saying? I'll just for purposes, I'll say not all, but majority don't. Yeah, just like the Latinos, majority of them don't. Just like the Africans, majority of them don't. You get what I'm saying? They're Jamaicans, majority of them don't. So it's definitely a separation. And one thing that the Republican Party doing that is smart, they're not trying to, what they do is on far as their elections, they go by points. They don't go by the people. They see that every single year that the black man vote is going down. 1 point, 2 point, 3.4. That's all they trying to do. You get what I'm saying? So what did they notice? They listen to the black conservative. Hey, the Latinos, Haitian, hey, whatever y'all do to them, we ain't gonna get out there and say nothing. So you see that happening. Black people ain't not there. You get a couple of sprinkle in there every now and then they listen to the black people tell them about the Haitians. They listen to the black people telling them about the the Syrians and all the other people that's in the neighborhood that's not here. But the thing about it is that I don't understand is that why, if you know that you got a TPS, why you don't put no fund together? Now is black people, we ain't together on much, but I guarantee you we were somewhere in the country, some of us would say, man, look, this TPS, they can go either way it go. We got to form some type of organization, because where we gonna go if we go back, because just like Brandon said, y'all don't like to understand, y'all are Americanized. Yeah, Americans give you the opportunity to sit up here and talk shit and then still go in there and cut the bathtub, cut the shower on. You got pressure, hot water and cold water. You ain't got to worry about the water. You know what I'm saying? You're messing up your skin. If you want to drink, if you want to go to the sink and drink some water out the faucet, you ain't gonna get malaria and typhoid. So we understand you have that Americanized standard, but there's no way in the world y'all don't sit up there and say, hey, it's this many of us here, TPS. Let's put a fund together. Like y'all always talking about the susus and the foo-foo, all that shit is doo-doo. But what I'm saying is that how you don't form some type of plan to put $10 to the side. Put $10 in as a group. You know what I'm saying? Having a trust, a LLC, and a trust or something, to the point that if something happened, we can send it back. Because just think about it. Today, once they heard this news, they can form something together and put in $100. Right now, that's $35 million.
And and the thing about it is y'all all sit up there and act like what Brandon saying about going to get a mercenary and killing somebody. Like the thing about it, you black people, we kill each other for nothing. You have a reason. Now you got a reason to kill somebody. You get what I'm saying? And you put $100 to the side every week. That's every week for 350,000 people. That's about 35 million. So in 1 month, you can have a goddamn 140 million, and you can do something with it. You can, if you don't want to go back to the main, you can go to an area, start having that built. And I'm telling you, that mercenaries and payment, just like Brandon said. But for some reason, y'all think that sound evil. You get what I'm saying? And then you got people over there killing and robbing for goddamn 40 gunner CDs. You got people getting killed for less because y'all feel like when you kill somebody by emotions, then that's cool. But to be deliberate and kill somebody, conniving with it, being cutthroat with it, that you can't do that. But you will kill somebody about a chick, or you will kill a chick because she disrespected you, or she want to leave you for another dude. You'll kill a dude if he goddamn bother you or bump into you the wrong way. You'll die about that. You'll die about some goddamn colors in the crayon. You'll sit out there and yell Zoe and do drive-by to shoot up, go to a park, go to Juneteenth. Y'all will shoot and kill about all that stuff because it's based on emotion. When it's based on when it's based, hold on, let me finish, man. When it's based on emotions, black people kill for anything. When you see your op is owned by sight, I know Haitian gangsters. They tell me when they see this is on sight, no matter where they at. So why it ain't the same way to take your country ass back to that goddamn earthquake field, dilapidated house and shit over there, but stack your money up. You got all this money, y'all trick off, y'all on Instagram, y'all on Facebook, y'all on TikTok with all this money. All I'm saying is that if you got TPS next to your status, how can you not have a plan? That's all I'm saying.
All these Haitian millionaires,
let me say
they should be
something real
putting
quick,
up their money, like he said, one golden egg at a time, one golden egg at a time. But the thing is, they cannibalize their own wealth.
Yeah,
They cannibalize their own wealth.
Sorry, I was gonna interject. Sorry, Bang. I was gonna interject.
In Springfield, Ohio, they eat
It's
cats and
our turn to
dogs.
speak. It's our turn to speak. Let him speak.
Al. Then after that is M. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I mean, to be honest with you, this is a very well balanced debate today. You know, it's actually amazing how everyone got different views. Which I totally support and I respect that. And my only problem is, I mean, Trump. Brandon said one thing I agree with. He's elected on the mandate. His mandate is to bring immigration down. I agree with that. But the question is how we bring that down. Morally, this is more like a moral kind of thing, and also, question some of the judgment that was made, how he bring this thing down, Brandon. This is my beef here. And I totally agree, because it's a democratic state, they want immigration down. It's, in fact, according to the polls, that's the only thing that's currently helping him. So I can see why he is emphasizing on that. But, in my point is, why are we focusing on the Asian migrants, and then other than the general migrants in America who actually are doing the same thing, and also
Trump is hitting all the migrants.
Okay. Another point
This
is someone
sounds like
mentioned
some
about the
snitch
UK.
stuff right here.
Yeah,
You trying to implicate everybody.
Okay. Someone mentioned about the UK. Yes, the UK have passed more stringent immigration law than America. In the UK, your passport can be removed even if you're a British citizen. You're born with a dual nationality. You're born here. One of your parents are immigrant. You can actually lose your passport. In the UK, they can withdraw your British passport from you without even notifying you. So when someone is saying, "Oh, that's coming to you in America, in England," come on, man. We know that. We already been through this from the previous government. And I know how these laws will cripple. And these laws will start with some formal law, TPS, then they'll move it on. Some of the people who are supporting Trump today, they'll be the one that will be crying tomorrow. I pass the mic. Thank you.
All right, go ahead, M. Then after M is April. Then I got to
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I wanted to make a couple of comments about some things I heard earlier. There was guy named Elvis. He wants to blame Donald Trump for what's going on with the Haitians. But it's not just the Haitians, also the Syrians. But if I understand correctly, when Joe Biden was letting all of these migrants from Venezuela in, about 20,000 Haitians came in too. And the Homeland Security, Mayortes, some Latino, specifically isolated the Haitians and deported them the same day. They didn't let them come in like the Colombians and the Venezuelans. That was under Joe Biden. Also under Clinton when they had that earthquake.
Had them on horseback. Hold them on
right,
horseback.
like whipping them. That's what I'm saying. That was Biden did that. And then when Bill Clinton was the president and Haiti had that earthquake, didn't the Clinton Foundation rob Haiti of all of their wealth? Isn't he a Democrat? So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a partisan thing, but they want to just blame Trump for everything. But Haiti, they have this fascination with 1804. Like every discussion, it always has to come up, and then they always talk about being bullied on Haitian Day. It's like these are two things I kind of hear every day on YouTube, and it's not even true. For one, France was dethroned; they was decapitated. So the French monarchy didn't even have power over Haiti. Napoleon, when he took over France as an emperor, he tried to reclaim France territory, but Haiti was independent for 20 years. So they didn't get independence from slavery. They didn't get independence from France because France was already destroyed during the French Revolution. So that's a false narrative. And a guy earlier talked about how he somehow blamed Black Americans, talking about when we got freedom, the Black Americans supposed to got freedom. You know, where that come from? Wasn't we slaves? And like a guy said earlier, I think a couple of days ago, about we didn't have like internet to know that you got this so-called freedom, which wasn't even true. You just defeated Napoleon. You didn't get independence from France. But it was something that the man at High Castle said that I thought was brilliant. He said that pretty much Garvey finagled his way into America by writing letters to Booker T. Washington, and Booker T. Washington removed a lot of the red tape because Booker T. Washington had a lot of international clout, and he also had national clout. And by him allowing Garvey to come in, and he went to New York, then a lot of other Jamaicans came. High Castle didn't say this, but he insinuated this. Now all of a sudden, Jamaicans run New York, but he finagled his way back. And I'm looking like
you got good memory.
I'm looking like Haiti. It's like we use the word black, like the last guy was talking before me, say black folks, right? But when they come here, they call themselves by their nationality. They exclude themselves unless they want to gain something. Then they all of a sudden black, right? But Haiti had many decades to build an alliance similar to a Garvey. At least Garvey had sense with Black Americans, right? And then like when Joe Biden did what he did to Haiti with Mayortes, whatever the name is, it was the black caucus that jumped up and put an end to it, right? But now you don't see the black caucus jumping up because for one, they're looking out. It's existential. They trying to look out for their own survival, and two, they probably heard that Haitian lady talk about 30 Black Americans. Like this is not the time to be talking greasy when you on the threads like this. Your country is it's so much dead in Haiti. They have no infrastructure. They have I ain't gonna keep battling like this, but they should have built an alliance and been more humble for the last couple of decades. And at this point, I think we should just let them fall by the wayside and keep their disrespect. It's like the other guy said, they exclude themselves in the workplace. Keep excluding yourself. You know, keep that same energy. Don't try to all of a sudden want to build. They never built an alliance with us.
See, this is where I disagree. We can't base everything off of absolutes. Like that's.
I mean, not absolutely. When you look at the average Haitian, they always claim that they got this Haiti Day. They always brag about 1804, whatever they claim they did, and they always somehow talk about getting bullied by Black Americans. You hear more of that than you hear solidarity and talk about all the good things. Like no African or Haitian would be in America now if it wasn't for the Black Americans removing the red tape. And like specifically what the man at High Castle said, far before the Immigration Reform Act of 1965. We was removing red tape for them, and they somehow forgot that. And they always like the guys on this panel.
I got to read these super chats.
White man country.
All right, Bob Rico 9354. Thank you for $10 holla. What about the Cubans who have all this money over here that America is not letting get gas? It's all by design. Thank you for $5 holla. I have been watching vlogs about the participation of the slave trade in African countries. They need to help the descendants, period. JCE, thank you for $1.99 holla. Hi, Tyrone. Trump ain't any TPS because of FBA. Go ahead, April.
Appreciate that, bro.
Okay, so I wanted to comment on a few things. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, so one thing I heard was that like Black conservatives are like the force pushing the Trump administration to like get rid of immigrants. I think that is totally false. I think
It's
white
FBA.
nationalism, and white supremacy is pushing the needle to get rid of all brown people, whether they're Haitians or Muslims, or that is not a push from Black conservatives. And if it is, they should be ashamed of themselves for pushing for that. Also think that Black Americans, we face the same kind of oppression and displacement and dehumanization as Haitians are experiencing right now. So to hear Black Americans mock and laugh at Haitians like, ha ha, that's what you get, that is so disappointing to see that. And it's very immature. And I don't like seeing that we are mocking them for being in the same position that we have been in. And honestly, to tell Haitians that they should go back and they had enough time to like get a bag and get all this money and they should go build their country, I think that's laughable, because to come from Black Americans who we haven't done the same thing here yet, to tell them that they should just go do it like it's just that fucking easy when when you have a whole like white supremacist global infrastructure against you, to tell them that, oh, it's easy, just go build up your shit, it's no big deal. We haven't even been able to do that successfully here ourselves. So stop it.
Yeah, but
We have the
we're not
same.
under TPS though.
Dirt cookies. Yummy, 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 yummy.
So here we go. So now you're using the white supremacist talking
And
points as
hold on,
Black American.
that's not a
Like,
talking point.
congratulations.
That is a policy.
But
Hold on, Miss
you
April.
are
I'm not Miss
standing.
April. I'm not gonna be
Wait,
disrespectful.
calm
Tyrone,
down,
let her finish. I'll pass the
calm
mic to you.
down.
Okay.
You are standing on white supremacist um,
Mm-hmm.
indoctrination, and you are forcing these same rules and laws against people that look like you. That's stupid. You're
Okay.
not
Ma'am,
trying
I'm
to.
gonna have
Do
to
you have
take
a
you
I
out.
driver's
mean,
license?
Yeah, hold
And
on.
get you out my country.
Guys, let her. She has a minute. Let her finish, and I promise you could retort. Go ahead,
All right,
April.
go ahead.
I just whether Black Americans and Haitians have like stood together. One thing I see is that our enemy is the same. I don't think responding to the suffering of another Black community with ridicule helps anyone. And I think we need to recognize our humanity and that we're fighting against the same thing instead of standing with our oppressor and then
Oh
pointing to other
God.
people who
I'm
look
not
like
oppressed,
us and
ma'am.
saying,
Get out my
well,
country.
whatever. If you think you're not, but I bet you one thing, you are not a landowner. You are not a person who gives loans to people when they want to buy property.
We all
You do
own
not
our
govern.
homes.
All
Ma'am,
right, you do not
it's time to
govern this.
pack up your peoples.
You do
I can
not
see the Haitian.
govern.
I can hear the Haitian in you.
No, you're just being hateful because you yourself are also unsuccessful under this oppressive system. And you
Ma'am,
need to
Stop
take it
I
it.
out
love
on
it. I
them.
Stop.
voted for this. I
You're an
voted for this. I'm
embarrassment.
thriving
You're
under
an
this.
embarrassment.
I'm
You're an
thriving with
embarrassment to the
this.
Black community. And these men do not speak for all Black Americans. So I hope that Haitians know that we do stand with you and we know that our oppressor is
No,
the
we don't
same.
speak
And
Try
I'll
to
French.
say
We
that.
don't.
disagree,
Hey,
bro.
I'll
hold
say
on for a
that.
second, y'all. We don't
Dennis,
speak
can I
I'll
say
French.
say
It's
something?
no
that.
we. It is no we. It ain't no we. Black people.
Dennis,
It's no
Dennis, can I say
togetherness.
something?
It has never been a togetherness with Black people and Haitian in a large number. It just never has happened. And then I stay in
Well, it needs
Atlanta.
to happen
And
now. It needs to happen now.
wait, no,
It
it's not
needs
No, it
gonna
to
doesn't need
happen
to
happen
now.
happen
now.
now. No, it
It
doesn't.
needs
What
to
it
Can I
is
say
happen
is that
something?
now.
you don't act
I'm
for
just
the
going.
black, you don't act for the Black gorilla, you don't act for the Black dumb Americans, you know what I'm saying? And when the white people that putting their foot in your ass, that ain't the time to sit up here and come to those Black dumb Americans that ain't got no culture, you know what I'm saying? That don't do nothing but kill each other. This ain't the time. The thing about it, one thing that Black people understand, that we ain't fighting for nobody, because nobody come out and help us. Even if our cause is
Facts.
stupid as fuck, it's us standing
All right,
out there by ourselves. But I'll tell you
all
one
right.
thing: how you use those white supremacy talking points. You get what I'm saying? You have a license. You get what I'm saying? You have you when they got if you don't go to court, they suspend your license. They put they put a bitch warrant on you. That's state laws. The TPS is a policy, and it's just shocking that you hear a female say something like that that's built on emotional to say something about white supremacy. It doesn't matter. It's a law in Georgia where you can't put a couch on your front porch. You get what I'm saying? It's just a law. And TPS was something that put in it, and they can extend it or they don't. They can take it away. Black people, we ain't got.
I agree. I agree with
Hold
Lord.
on for a second. This is the last part. This is the last part. I promise.
Let
This
him
is the last
finish.
part.
Let him
Black
finish.
people. Hold on, this is the last part. Black people, we ain't got no power to say if we that is stay or go. But the one thing you ain't gonna get out of black people to get us out there hooping and hollering and out there dancing and shaking our ass in front of white people, sit up there crumping, get nothing done. All that marching is dead. All that sit up there standing in front of the police is dead. Why the hell we come out there and help y'all when all this shit was going on with us? Y'all were not there with us. You get what I'm saying? Y'all send back. The Haitians will send back. The Haitians will send back just with the Jamaicans and the Africans calling us stupid for burning out shit, even if it was. But what I'm saying is that strength is in numbers, and we always been separated in the
Exactly.
United
So if
States.
strength is
So
in numbers,
Let me
then why
say
are you
we don't
advocating?
need, and we don't need
Hold
the
on. Excuse me. Can you
350,000.
calm
We don't.
down?
We
Can
don't
you
need
calm
those
down?
350,000 because those
Can you calm down?
350,000 was never
Can you
with us.
calm down? Can you calm down?
Yeah, it's just
Can you
time for
Hey,
y'all to
calm
hey
ride
guys,
down?
out.
hey
let me
guys,
say let
listen,
me say
guys,
Can you calm
radio.
down?
Hey guys, listen. The root of this, because this is not gonna
wait
be
are
this.
y'all gonna let other
Wait a
people
minute.
speak?
Yeah, it was my turn, guys.
Hold
We've
on
been
one
going into
second.
session. It is my turn. It went all the way
Hey, yo,
around, and it's
so
my turn.
hold on. Go ahead, Brandon. After Brandon, April, you can respond.
It is my turn. I really waited for my turn. But listen, here's what it all boils down to, April. When it came time for Haitians and other black immigrants to align with black people in our best interest,
Diaspora
they
immigrant.
abandoned us. Wait a minute,
Diaspora
bro. They,
immigrants. Don't call
wait
them
a minute,
black.
bro. Bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Listen, they abandoned us. When black people stood together and said this, Biden letting 15 million illegal immigrants in here is hurting us. When Obama said that the influx of illegal immigrants disproportionately impacts African American people, did black immigrants come together with us and say, "Hey, man, this is true. These a lot of Hispanics, illegal Hispanics coming in is hurting black Americans. They taking their jobs. We gonna stand with them in solidarity, and we're gonna vote conservative to get these people out the country." No, you guys did not. You guys told us to our face we have more in common with them as immigrants, even though they're not black, than we have with you as ethnically or genetically. We're genetically related, right? You guys chose to prioritize immigration status as a connection over genetic bond, over blackness, right? Now you guys are getting deported. Now you want us to come and speak on your behalf. If you guys cared about black people, you would have supported Donald Trump. You would have went to the Black Caucus and said, "Hey, we need you guys to work with Trump to extend our status." You did not do that. You got in bed with the Democrats. You supported all the degenerate stuff that the Democrats represent, all in the name of being able to continue being in this country and getting extensions on your TPS, right? We understand that. Now we are political enemies because black Americans have to fight. We are fighting for our life against the influx of illegal Hispanic immigrants. We are fighting for our
No,
life.
no,
Wait a
no.
minute. Wait,
We're
whoa. I
fighting
know
for
I hit
our
it. Hold
lives.
on, ma'am. I didn't interrupt you. We are fighting for our lives against the if I am in California, you could say whatever you want to say, but when you can't find a job and if you find one, Mexicans collude and get you fired. When some woman gets on the internet talking about these are our brothers and all this stuff, it doesn't mean anything. When Hispanics take over, they will not show you no mercy. And the Haitian immigrant aligns with the Hispanic because they are both immigrants. He will align with them against the interest of Black America. So these people chose a side, and now the side that they chose has led to them being their TPS being ended. So don't come to us now to ask us, hey, you guys need to work with us. You need to help us. Why would we help you? If you stay here, we end up getting hurt by it. And I'm not saying that because I don't like Africans or Haitians. I love them. But if you are politically opposed to me, if you will vote for a man to go in the bathroom with my daughter, if you will vote for sex changes for children, all in the name of being able to stay in this country a little longer, I can't mess with you. I got to get you out of here.
And
At
you're
that point, you
supporting a
are your enemy.
pedophilia, but you're
You
supporting
have
a
no proof.
president
You have
who
no proof of that. You have no proof of that. But I do have proof that women
the
are being
Epstein
raped.
files.
Listen, you have no
The,
proof. Listen, this is a baseless claim.
no,
But what I'm
the
saying,
Epstein files
ma'am,
have
ma'am,
proof.
everything I've said, I can provide proof. None of what you said can you provide proof of.
Just
So
because
this
you
is
say
not an
it
emotional.
loudly, just
This is
because you
not an
say it
emotional
loudly,
conversation. This is
but
not a
why?
Hey,
commotion.
Brandon,
But
20
just
seconds. I got to
because
pass to
you say
April.
Okay, well,
it
she got to stop
loudly,
interrupting.
April, don't interrupt. You have the floor next.
At this point, Haitians have made themselves, Haitian immigrants and Haitian citizens have made themselves the ideological enemy of Black Americans who are life for survival in
ideological
America.
enemy.
If you got, and so when you guys are getting deported, that is actually a benefit to us. So we just got to help usher you out. It ain't no hard feelings. You chose your side.
All right, let me go ahead, April. You got a minute and 30 seconds.
I'm not. I don't need all that. I don't want to go on a rant.
Okay, go ahead.
Just say I don't think that Haitians and immigrants are the problem when it comes to opportunities for Black Americans. I think that's a capitalism problem. And it
So you're
because
against
our
capitalism. You're a socialist.
Brandon, don't interrupt her. Don't interrupt her. Go ahead.
no, I'm not against it, but I think the way that it's set up now, it's not beneficial to the majority of people, and that's not an immigrant problem. But I think that they did. I will admit that I do think that they did side with one another as immigrants, and they built solidarity with each other more than with the Black American community. Do agree with that, but I still don't think that's justification for like just ridiculing them and siding with policies that are so harmful. Like, to me, that's a moral issue. Like, to me, would be like if I was born during the Holocaust, the Jews didn't give me a loan or a job. And once they started being thrown in gas chambers, I know that's a bit extreme. I was just like, well, the Jews never gave me a job. I just see that as a moral issue. And I don't think that we need to take that stance. I think we can find solutions to work together. Maybe there will be some like lessons that, the immigrant communities have to learn now that they can see how racist the country is. And then as far as supporting
Too little, too
an
late.
administration, I don't think it's too late. You may think so, but I don't. But as far as supporting an administration that is so corrupt and saying that the Democrats, or however you're trying to like draw a line in the sand, the Democrats are for like gay people in the bathroom. I mean, there's a lot that can be said that's immoral on both sides. I don't agree that like women should be in the men's bathroom, things like that, or men should be in the women's bathroom, things like that. But I do think at least the Democrats are for the people, even though they didn't quite get the job done. But the right is just for the wealthy. And so the majority
Whoa,
of
whoa, whoa,
Americans
whoa,
are
whoa, whoa,
not
whoa, whoa.
wealthy.
Democrats are for the people. Oh, Lord.
They
Go.
fully,
I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
think they are.
Go ahead.
I would
I
love
will,
for her to
I would
explain
say
how they for the people.
But go ahead,
say,
April.
well, maybe that's the face of the party. Okay, I'll say that's the face of the party because they want rights for immigrants, they want rights for gays, they want rights for everybody, black, white, whatever. Versus the Republicans, I mean, to me, they're for the wealthy and white wealthy. I won't go down that rabbit hole. Like I said, I don't think we should take a stance and say that because the Haitians sided with other immigrants and they were kind of, I guess they were fighting for crumbs too. We were all kind of fighting for crumbs, but they were fighting for crumbs together. That we should just, like I said, support policies that are this harmful.
You
I think
can't
that's
stab
far
me in
too
the
far.
back and then expect me to align with you. The
It's
immigrants chose
interesting.
immigration status over
Mm.
over allegiance with Black America. We would have went on their behalf and got them
Okay.
an extension. We could have done that because Donald Trump is the type of president that listens to the people and he makes a decision based on it. We could have worked with them on that. They put the ability to come in this country and stay here illegally or overstay over doing things the right way. They chose.
We can't
We
say
can
TPS
say
status.
that.
Wait, let me tell you why. Because if there was no rule in place to say that this is the cut. They didn't break any rules. They were just here under
There was a rule
temporary
in
Hold
place.
on,
conditions.
say that again. Say that again, Miss April. Say what you
Was
just
there
said
a
again.
cutoff? Was there a cutoff for TPS? Like on this day, this ends, and they
Yes.
overstayed.
Yes, it has a date on it. They have to extend it.
And Trump extended it.
Trump extended it.
Yes, I
So
think
But
I
it's
you
don't know
were
what you're
around
doing
talking
every
that.
about,
Man, hold
4
on,
April.
years. It has to
hold
be
on, Brandon.
renewed, or
Maybe she didn't. Maybe
so
she didn't
it's
know
not. It's
because she was
So
so
did they
busy
I
calling
mean,
it
I don't
white.
think
overstay?
I don't think she understands what
Brandon,
I
you
TPS
don't
made
think you
some
know. Hold
is.
on
you
for a
made
second.
some
Hold
good
on for a second.
arguments.
Yeah.
African. Hold on
Okay.
for a second. Since you
Uh,
called it white supremacy, did you know that the white supremacy, the person that you say the white supremacy extended for Haitian to stay? Did you know that?
Heard about that? The extension.
Yeah, the extension. Did you know that the white supremacists extended for them?
Just say yes.
okay.
So then, what are
That's
you saying
interesting.
then?
And
If
so
something
many. And check.
based
Hold
on
on. And check
logic,
this.
if something that can be extended, that means that it has a date. In order it to be extended, the date have to be coming up. It's just the
They were
same way. It's just the same way. It's like if you're late on your cell phone bill and it's supposed to be paid by nothing, you can get
and
extended.
you no
You get what
no
I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I don't understand what you're saying about something that's extended doesn't have a date, a cutoff date. That just makes no
And,
sense.
and,
And it's
no
a
and
it was
here's
bunch of
what's
no
Haitian
no
wild.
it was the
politicians
A
in
way
lot.
that
Florida.
And
it
and
was the
check this.
way
Here's
that
what's
Brandon
wild.
it was the
The
way
A
that
finish.
lot of
Brandon
these.
Brandon, you made some. Sorry,
No, no,
guys.
God.
Brandon, you made
Let
some
let
valid
let
it
points.
let
was
let April finish. Go ahead, April.
Oh, sorry,
it
sister.
was
Sorry, I apologize.
no you're fine. It was the way that Brandon worded it that made me make that comment. He just the way he worded it gave me the impression that they had been like they had overstayed their welcome, and all of these people here were just overstaying their TPS status. It sounds like
Bro,
it
they did,
makes people
sis.
It's a lot of
no.
Haitians that have been here and overstayed. Not just the TPS, just overstay
I'm
anywhere.
talking about specifically the TPS situation
Listen,
that we're dealing with now.
the whole
Oh,
thing, the whole thing boils down to this. If I'm not a FBA supporter, I'm not a person who hates immigrants. But what I'm saying is, if you make yourself a political enemy to me while you're here, I'm not gonna fight for you to stay. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna just say, all right, goodbye, you're gone. Haitians went against God and supported demonic Democrat policies in the name
wow.
of getting something
Uh,
for themselves.
uh,
Wait a minute,
can I
wait.
say something?
Brandon,
Hold on, wait. I
that's
know I
your
hurt your
belief.
feelings. I know I hurt your feelings.
Whose
Haitians
feelings?
Haitians went against God and supported things that they would never support in Haiti, all in the name of their own selfish interest. Now that it is backfiring on them and they are getting sent home. We are not going to pull you out the fire. We're not going to speak on your behalf.
So you're
Get
saying
it
the
how you
MAGA
live.
party?
Let me
Are
say
you
something real
saying
quick.
that the
No, no,
the
April,
Trump
April, April, please,
administration
please,
is for
April,
God
April.
and the Democrats
Let me
aren't,
say
and
100%.
Haitians?
100%.
100%.
100%.
100%.
something real
So
quick.
you're saying the
Hallelujah.
Real quick, real
Amen.
quick.
Democratic Party is
Let's hold
demonic?
on. Let's set God
Wait,
let's
I'm
set
trying to
God aside for a
No,
understand.
no,
moment.
no,
God,
no.
let April talk, man. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
trying to
skipping a little
understand
bit
what is
because
happening here.
I appreciate when women come on the panel. Go ahead, April. Go ahead and speak, sister. Go ahead.
I'm trying to understand what is happening here. So you're saying that the Haitians came here and pursued capital for whatever reason, and they sided with the Democrats, and that was some type of demonic goal that they were after, rather than siding with the Republicans, which would have been like a holy, like
April, would
moral
you
pursuit.
would
You
you
saying
say
they
that
didn't come
someone
here because I know Haitians, and the ones
let
that
me
I
ask
know
you a question.
are very conservative,
Let me ask
especially
you a
comparison.
question.
Okay.
Would you say that a person wanting to genetically mutilate the genitalia of a child, all in the name of some ideology that is totally unproven, would you say that's demonic? Trying to change a boy to a girl or a girl to a boy when they're only 7, 8, 9 years old. Would you say that that's demonic?
I don't label things as demonic or
Oh,
evil. I would
Oh,
say
that's
that
that's
Okay.
crazy.
Come on,
see,
April.
Yeah,
I
April.
would
this
that's
an
say
Come
easy
on,
that
call.
April.
can I word it the way
She's
that
being
I would like to
disciplinary.
word
no,
it?
no.
I want you to
There's
do
no other way to word
Let
it.
her talk. Let her talk. Go ahead, April.
Can
Go
I
ahead and
word
word it.
it the way that I think it's extreme, and I think body mutilation is harmful, and I don't think people should do that to themselves. But I don't usually put things in boxes as evil or demonic or good, or I don't usually label things like that.
So
April, are
you
they
okay.
don't
going
So
put
against
label. You
guys,
don't
hold on.
use
race?
good or
Guys,
bad.
Are
hold
they
You
on.
don't
going
use good
against
or
Guys,
bad
race?
let me make
label.
my point. Let me make my point. Listen. So if you went and tried to do some stuff like that in Haiti, barbecue would barbecue you. They would take
Okay.
you out. So what I'm telling you is, why
So
did a
wait, how
bunch of
did you link
wait?
that type of behavior to
I'm making the
Haitians?
connection. I'm making the connection. If
Okay.
you go to any area where Haitians are legal citizens, Florida, whatever, they vote
Uh-huh.
vast majority Democrat. The Haitian immigrants even supported the illegal Hispanic immigrants and the Democrat Party to try to remain in this country when Trump was trying to deport people. So when you go against your own belief system, you go again and you start supporting demonism in another country, all because of your selfish wishes to stay in this country. You are an enemy of not only America, you're an enemy of black people. So they made themselves an enemy. Now they gotta go. That's
I
Yeah.
all I'm
don't
telling you.
I don't understand your logic. You lost me.
Can
Like
I
you
You
said,
don't
if
want
they
to
were in
understand.
Haiti, you said if they were in Haiti, barbecue would have been against the
No,
democratic
no, no,
beliefs.
hold on.
I'm
Hey,
confused.
hey,
This
hey,
sister is talking.
the host is talking. The host is
The
talking.
host is
The
talking.
host is talking. The host is talking. April. So I've had this saying, um, especially when it sometimes comes to African women.
Mm-hmm.
They'll push feminism in America, but the
Mm-hmm.
minute they show up to Murtala Muhammad Airport, the airport in Senegal, they turn into proper African women. So what Brandon is saying, some of the issues and policies that a lot of our immigrant family are backing here in America, they wouldn't dare support in their home countries.
Okay. Okay. They would be more conservative.
Correct.
Like more
Yes.
right leaning than left leaning.
Yes.
Well, it's not.
So
It's
we
not
can be
really.
brothers in Africa, but we can't be brothers in America. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So what they saying is, Miss April, is why do you how do you come to America and switch up your conservative belief because you're in America? Then when you
Well,
go
because this is the land of the free where they can
now,
let loose. And let's be real. Let's be real. Let's not pretend like Black Americans are that conservative themselves. They just
No,
now
no,
turning over this
I
new
agree.
leaf.
I
what
agree.
has nothing to,
So for
it has
you all
nothing to
to
do
like
with Black
wait,
Americans.
so
It's
but
not
you
a
are
comparison.
judging, wait a minute, but you are judging immigrants for not coming here and clutching their pearls when they see all of the debauchery and sinful ways of America. You're judging them for not doing something that we didn't do before they got here. Let's
I
Black
not act
I
America is
know
like
you
having
want to
a
go,
civil
Brandon.
war right
Hold
now.
on, Brandon.
let's
Hold on,
not
Brandon.
pretend like we were sitting here.
Give me 5 seconds, Brandon.
Wait a
We're
minute.
we're
Let's not
not see
pretend
what the
like Black Americans were sitting
April,
here
April,
with
this is what we're
long
trying to
skirts
tell you.
on.
It's not, that's not a good comparison because you have your own country. Black America is stuck in this hellhole what
So
we going
that's
through here.
our
Hold on for a
excuse.
second, Miss April. Hold on
Okay.
for a second. What I'm saying is it's a different. So that means that you're cosplaying. That's so when you go to your country, you know what I'm saying? You're conservative. Then when you come over here in America, you want to be a ratchet hood booger, gutter monkey. You want to say you want to get with the ratchet, the husky hyenas. You want to be a wig weed wearing wild hyena hood rat in America, but you're not gonna do that in your own country. So what it is that just a stereotype. And believe me, I agree with you. Black females in America, they are the worst. I say it
Wait a
all the
minute.
time.
Let's
Hold on,
not pretend like the
let me
men
finish.
wasn't. Wait,
Hold on, let
let's
me
not
finish because
pretend like the
I want to
men.
show you that we're
Okay.
not trying to say that America's different. I believe Black American women are for recreation uses only. Don't take them serious. So don't get it
Mhm.
wrong. But what I'm saying is, but what y'all do is it's totally different. That means you go back to your country, you say, hey, I'm not like those Black Americans over there. I'm not like those Black women over there. And then when you get back over here, you put on your leggings, you know what I'm saying, with no drawers on. You put your shirt on with a band-aid or a pasty over your boobs, and then you go out there and yelling, peering and twerking on the floor and crunch your leg cut. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is it's cosplaying, and everybody sees that. The only difference is the Black Americans that do this, they're like this 24/7. You get what I'm saying? You actually have a choice. So you make the choice to be like that. So that even further and push the narrative of the stereotype. But when you go back home, you don't do it. And what Brandon was saying, what goes on here, the debauchery with the faggotry, all that shit, you'll get tired. You'll get burnt tire justice over there. You get what I'm saying? That shit ain't happening here, but it is a party that promotes that shit. Having dudes out there with drag queens reading stories to kids, coming to schools in full drag, looking like my Uncle Bubba from goddamn Forrest Gump. You know what I'm saying? Dancing and shit. That shit doesn't happen over there. That's what we're saying.
Hustle
One
smart.
party promotes that, one party doesn't. Go ahead, Brandon.
Man, hustle smart. You live you live in America, right? That's
I live in
Western
Atlanta.
culture. That's Western culture. That's Western culture. That's white people culture. That's white people culture, man. But I'm gonna stay quiet. But I'm gonna say this, right? At the end of the day, some people are very excited what just happened. Let it be, right? But your life is not gonna get changed. Your reality, your position of where you at, it's not gonna get changed. You understand me, right? Because you can look at it, 6 months from now, 8 months from now, 10 months from now, or whatever, 2 years from now, your position in America will still be the same. I'm telling y'all the truth. Just like how in the early 2000s, right, where they was talking about, Afghanistan, terrorism and all that, right? Talking
Is that
about
a
all
threat?
these other things, right? And 25 years later, some of these people that come up here, because I know for sure some people came up here personally to take a direct shot at other black people that's not from America. But your position where you at won't get changed. Another year from now, 4 years from now, another president comes now, it won't get changed. All these LGBT things. Look at Hungary when they America removed the president that was in power. Look what's going on nowadays. They doing that parade and all that, LGBT thing over there in Hungary, right? I mean, who's in power currently in America? Donald Trump, the Republicans. They approve it. So I don't know what people try to say all these things, but I can understand some people wants to take shot at other immigrants
Okay.
that come from other countries. Nothing wrong with that. But when the table turns, it's gonna happen one of these days. It's gonna
All
happen
right.
one of these days.
I would like to
Yeah,
speak.
I
I'm going to go after the panel after this.
sorry, guys.
I got to pass the mic to Reverend Green. The Reverend Green, Africa.
I
I'll
want to
pass the
say
mic to April.
something.
Thank
Well,
you.
April,
Okay.
let me pass the Reverend Green, then Africa. I'll pass it back
Okay.
to you, April. Go, Reverend Green.
Proud Americans, tonight we're at the precipice of what we're seeing right now is that these people are not going to leave, and they're not going to leave easily, even though they've been warned. We may have to take it upon ourselves and observe more and more what's going on with the South African situation of how they push these people out of here. So
Reverend
my
Green, stop it.
proud
Man,
Americans
just
before
stop
that,
it,
proud
man.
Americans
Stop it.
before that even happens, let's be rational. Let's be rational and take into consideration these people do not know Matthew 3:11.
Oh God.
Matthew chapter 3, verse 11. This is the holy gospel of delineation that Reverend Green has spoken about. Fire. And this is exactly I'm a hard-boiled delineationist. I'm on some FBA stuff. However, it's either delineation or cut the check. It's as simple as that. I'm a fundamentalist when it comes to this. Watch and see.
Okay. Thank you.
I got to pass to Africa.
Yeah,
Africa. You got a minute.
yeah.
I got to pass.
Okay,
Back to
thank
you.
you. I mean that Brandon was making some valid points earlier about
No, he
you
wasn't.
know, the no, some no, okay, sister. What I was trying to say is right. In the UK, I'm more in the middle when it comes to politics. I'm more of a center. I'm more in the middle, and we have had people in the UK who voted, with parties like the Green Party who advocate for transgender, all this LGBT and stuff like that, that allowed, our kids being taught about sex in school at a certain age, you know, and so on. I understand that. I agree. And I think a lot of the people, in fact, I know some Muslim people here who actually know do well in their religion, and some Africans for that matter, in their culture, that's totally against what they believe in. And they still go on and vote with this sort of, policies. And then the same people that will complain when their kids been taught about sex at the age of 10, in the schools and stuff like that. I understand that. That's that's the problem with Western democracy. Sometimes you'll have, things in there that you don't like. You're gonna have some policies in there that you like. So it's all
Exactly.
at least you got the choice to make, so you're not in a dictatorship. But however, what I'm sensing here that people are using politics and the ballot box as as a way to demonstrate their sentiment towards other people and their opinion towards other people. And this is why I strongly advise my African brothers who migrated to America over the years, don't go there and work against the biggest voting bloc who always been your allies because it could backfire on you. So when you're talking against
Fact.
FBAs or Black Americans and say, "Oh, these people are lazy," they look, "Oh, the immigrant came here."
Africa. If I could interject, well, the thing is, the voting bloc majority votes. This black voting bloc votes Democrat. So
Well,
Yeah,
that's
not
but
really
because,
going
That's
out.
changed.
listen, people
That
vote
you
for
gotta
they
many
do.
admit, Dinus.
So,
reasons.
That's
Oh yeah,
changed.
but
they,
let Africa finish
I think
finish
he
up her
meant the
statement.
yeah,
rhetoric. I think he meant the rhetoric
People
also,
vote for many
Adonis.
reasons, guys.
Yeah,
People
but
yeah,
vote.
yeah, yeah.
People vote
I
for
mean,
many
I'm talking
reasons.
about. Sorry, I'm talking about attacking their culture.
But in large part, the majority of Black American so-called FBA votes Democrat.
But
Yes,
that's not a.
but
That's not a.
based on what I'm seeing, sorry, sister, based on what I'm seeing, some of the Black Americans are going to the right based on what they're hearing from the immigrants. It would be Africans, or be Caribbeans.
Facts.
You understand? So this is pushing them there, and this is exactly what happened. When you migrate to a country, and I warned people about this long time ago. I can see this coming, and the more African migrants and Caribbean migrants keep disrespecting the African American community, the more they're going to push them to the right. And how are you going to blame them? And how are you going to bring them back? Because once you open that kind of worm, sometimes it's going to be too late. So we need to be careful. We need to look at each other as a community, not as as just a personal interest. And I did warn people about this, and it's about time people, look at the reality and stop being too selfish and live in a community, not live in isolation. And this is what's going to happen. So that's one thing really need to be focused on. I mean, even Diners, I think you as a big man and Brandon, I appeal to you guys, to look at these things carefully, because I know you're very responsible adults and moving forward because we don't want us to end up in that situation. It will betray to our ancestors, the African American ancestors who were rightly fought hard for so many other black people, you know, um, to come to America, and so many other immigrants who are in America today, who are enjoying the civil liberties fought by African Americans. I really, really hope you bear that in mind. So moving forward, I mean, as we're saying, the man got a mandate to actually uh, deal with immigration, right? Of course, but it's basically as the sister was pointing out. My point also about the moral issue. So this is where I stand. Morally, I think there's some moral issue here that's not right. And how he goes about dealing with it. That's the question. But other than that, it's been a backward and forward debate. Some of you guys making a good point. Some people are speaking based on sentiment, which I understand, and some people are actually looking at things as they are. I appreciate it. I pass the mic. Thank you.
Hey, let me get 10 seconds real quick, Diners.
Well,
No,
hold
Africa,
on, hold
Africa.
on, hold on, hold on. I gotta
no.
read. Let me read this money first. Let's see here. Let's see here. It's all by design. Thank you for the I already read that one. JC Inc. Thank you for $1.99. Holla, hi Tyrone, Trump, and any TPS because of
Shout
FBA.
out.
It's all by design. Thank you for $2. Holla, press the like button. Damn it. Thank you, Dinus. And then I want to give a special shout out to Miss Chambers for the $50 holla via Cash App. Thank you for paying your time. 'Cause I was about
You
to
owe
lock
her,
the door.
you owe her a lap dance, Diners.
Oh.
Yeah, Uncle Simpler.
At a drink,
Uncle,
at a
Uncle.
at a Heineken. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I miss my uncle.
Oh,
Hey,
I
but
ain't seen
this,
that
this
man.
is what I'm going to say real quick. Africa, Africa. It doesn't matter
Yes,
if
sir.
the house is burning, if somebody's
Yeah,
cheering for it, or if somebody crying. It is what it
yeah,
is. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We cheer for it or cry for it. It's happening.
Yeah.
The TPS, we ain't got shit to do with us, but to sit up there and act like how we choose to happen, like some type of shit gonna come back on us. That's that stupid shit that black people say. Something gonna happen. Now listen, I don't even believe in the Bible, but the Bible says there's no sin greater than the other. So why do we say if somebody raped somebody, oh, there's gonna be a special place in hell, or if you kill somebody, a special place in hell? From what I read in the Bible, every sin is the same. It's no different from the way Dungadore, Sky Daddy, the way the Sky Daddy sees it, that all sins are the same. So it doesn't matter how we feel about it, it's gonna happen. We don't control any of that shit. So we ain't gonna sit up here and cry and go out there and make no noise, because that's what it seems like they're asking us to do, to go out here and make some noise about it. What we're saying is when it was time for them to make noise with us, they were separate. We Haitian first. Now, I love the black beans and I love the rice. You get what I'm saying? I wish they would give you more shrimp in the Haitian spaghetti. You get what I'm saying? They try to skimp us, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a separation. We all know it's a separation. Not to say that we're fighting each other, but we're not separate. And the last thing I'll say is that when Aunt Kathy took her ass over there in Gambia and started telling people the truth, or whatever, regardless of the truth, the people had a certain way, people was running up on her. You get what I'm saying? So the Africans coming over here talking shit like they talking shit. It is no way in the world that I would go. Even though when I went to goddamn Nigeria and Kenya, and Nigeria smelled like shit, and goddamn mosquitoes everywhere, and the water smelled. You get what I'm saying? And the roads is fucked up. I almost got hit by a bike and a minibus. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna sit up there and go to talking shit. I wasn't gonna sit up there and talk shit, knowing that I'm gonna live in that country. Even though I was there visiting, I wasn't gonna talk shit. If I'm gonna talk shit about it, I'm gonna come to America talk shit. What I don't understand is the Africans come move to America and then talk shit when you're just 1%. You talking shit about the 45 million. Let the black people talk shit about black people. You don't be involved. You should just sit back. Africa, what I'm saying is that you come to America, let the black people talk shit about black America. You sit back and laugh about it. You don't join in on it. Because it's going to be a time, because you're the minority. The minority should never go nowhere and talk shit. That's why I ain't have no problem when the Gambian people got it Art Cat the ass over there, because she was over there running her mouth, even though she was telling the truth. Even though she was saying they was taking a dummy, the soup with the season pack, sprinkling it on some bread and eating it. Even though that's the truth, you don't go over there and say that shit and think you're going to live around those people in peace. And I pass the mic.
No, I agree. I agree with some of it. Absolutely.
Okay, I just wanted to say
point about the big picture.
No, let me do. Hold on, Pastor King. Let me pass it to April, and I'll pass it to you. Then we're closing out.
Okay, so I just wanted to say a few key points. Just because an immigrant votes in a certain way does not mean that they adopted the views of America, because people vote for many reasons, like immigration policy, the economy, education, healthcare. So we can't just lump all that up into one thing, like Brandon was saying that, now there are 4 trans being in the bathroom. No, because these policies are grouped in with other things that people vote for. So that's one thing I wanted to say. Another thing I wanted to say is that we, like I said, we vote on different social issues, and so we can't just say that now that they are for trans. And then I wanted to also say, it was something else somebody said earlier. Oh, that you guys talk about being conservative Black men and for family values and things like that. But you got to be consistent in that, because you can't on one hand be for family values and conservative morals, but then you start degrading Black women, calling them hood rats and, looking down on them and not showing that respect when you speak about them. If you're a conservative, you have to go conservative all the way, because conservative morals do not call for that kind of behavior, basically. So you can't be mocking Haitians and degrading Black women and all of that, and then claiming you're a conservative and those are your morals, because that's not what they stand for. And they
Who
stand for
told you the
family
rule book?
values.
Who told you the rules?
I mean, you can look them up yourself. You're the conservative, so I
Yeah,
think you should know
exactly. So
better
how
than
you gonna
me.
tell me what I can't mock and laugh at? You just said it just like a broke person telling a rich person how to be rich. A
Well, I
rich
mean, you
person
can
don't tell a
do
broke person. So that's what I'm
you.
saying. You say I'm a conservative. I'm definitely a conservative, and I can call a chick that's a hood rat
Well,
that's out here got 7 different colors in her hair, out here twerking and stealing. Do I can call her a hood rat? That doesn't make me not be
I think you're
conservative.
trying to. I mean, if you want to, capitalize on that and mocking people, and you want to have you want to
Mhm.
safeguard that behavior and say that no one else can do it. Like you're saying, immigrants can't come here and talk about Black Americans, but Art Kathy, she couldn't go to the Gambia and talk about them, but you can talk about people where you are. I think you're just trying to have like a lock
No,
on that
we're the
behavior.
majority where we're at. The
But I just
majority. Majority rules,
I'm
baby.
not arguing the numbers. I'm just saying that that's not a conservative belief and
Nah, you
moral
don't. Well, then you don't
moral
know what
principle.
conservative is.
So
Then that means you
yeah.
don't know what it. You just saying it. Hey, but what color leggings you got on though, April?
So anyway, what I was also trying to say is that when you when you're describing like drag shows and twerking as like white culture and then blaming Black Americans for it, I don't know which one it is. That was something someone else has said. Western culture isn't just one thing. It's a melting pot of several things. So American culture is influenced by many different communities. It's not just this one thing. And so that was another thing that I wanted to point out. But go ahead, you can give the floor to the guy who's yelling. I don't know his name.
No,
Kim 651.
Oh,
I do
okay.
not
Whoa,
hate
whoa,
women.
whoa.
Kim 651. I
all
do
right,
not
all
hate
right,
women.
let me read the super chat. I'm gonna pass it to Passport King. We're closing out. Spellcaster 8046. Thank you for the $5 Canadian holla. Dynas, we like when you talk about other Black countries' problems. Keep it up. Africa is not the only Black on the block. All right, go ahead, Passport King. Then we closing out.
Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to close out. Let's look at the big picture. I, some people don't understand what immigration is. Immigration is a privilege, it is not a right. No one has the right to immigrate, beginning to eat anywhere on this planet. Any government, all sovereign governments have the right to state this is our country, these are our boundaries, and if you want to come and you're not a citizen, you have to abide by these rules. If it's just 3 rules, it's 3 rules. If it's 100 rules, it's 100 rules. If it's 1,000, etc., etc. But for some cockeyed reason, and this is not just pertaining to the diaspora immigrants. This is across the board. Whether it's from the diaspora, from Asia, from Europe, Latin America. For some reason, you got people around the world that think they have a right to be in the USA, and they think that if they're not let in, that their rights are somehow being oppressed or something. And then worse, if they get into the USA, they think they get to pick and choose what laws that they should and should not be able to obey. No country on earth will allow that kind of foolishness. But why do they think that's acceptable in the USA? So here's the thing, and now I'm gonna bring it specifically to the Haitians with the TPS with it ending. Some of these Haitians been in the USA going far back to, yeah, sirens in the background. It's just fire trucks in the
Bro, your
past.
building on fire, bro.
Man, I live right downtown Brooklyn. There's always goddamn sirens all day
Man, hey, how
long.
big is your bathroom?
You, I got a good sized apartment. It's anyway. Wait, that's a weird question. But anyway, getting back
I'm
to my
saying, can you
point.
turn around with your arms straight out?
What the hell? Anyway, getting back to
God
what I was
bless us.
saying. Yeah, he's on that ripple tonight, I see. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. What was I about to say before he made me lose my train of
You were
thought?
talking
Oh
about
yeah,
the T.
getting
You
back
were
to
talking about the
yeah,
TPS.
the
TPS,
TPS and
TPS.
the Haitians. Some of these Haitians, they've been in here for like over a decade. You mean to tell me in 10 plus years you couldn't try to get your status adjusted to a green card? And I know they say, well, that's not easy. Okay, well, Canada's right next door. Why don't you try to go to Canada? Or why not? They don't Haitians speak and understand French too besides Creole? Why don't they go to France? Don't they complain that they pay France so much money? Shouldn't that be their number one country of choice? If they taking most of Haiti's money's going to France. Shouldn't that be their number one choice and destination to go get their funds back? Why do they feel this need that the United States owes them something? This is it's a very bizarre mentality that I can never figure out. People, and I'm not picking on Haiti. I mean this in general. You got people from around the world who have no connection to the United States. They have no historical roots, but they feel like they have a right to be here. And if they're not allowed into the USA, that somehow they're being oppressed. That's not, and our country has done a very bad job with nonsense like, oh, immigrants built America. No, they did not. Enslaved Negroes, the ancestors of FBA, Freeman, DOS, ADOS, they did the heavy lifting. Our ancestors built the USA. Everyone else is a Johnny come lately. Hell, even Native Americans that people talk about the land was taken from them. Native Americans, and you could check this, fact check it. They didn't become citizens to 1924, so they're not even foundational to the USA. So this nonsense that, well, Haitians have a right to be here, this group have a right. No, the hell you don't. If the government says we don't want you here, even if it seems like it's not more reasoned, that's it. You can go back home, try Canada, and since you're Haitians, try France. But cut the crime. We don't hear it no more.
You
And
ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
We understand, but that don't mean your position in America is gonna change.
It don't. But what I'm saying is, we don't care about our Bane. What I'm trying to tell you, Bane. What I'm saying is that we don't care though. But we don't. We don't care.
Let's be fair. It's a hate. It's a hate. Let's call it what it is, man. Let's call it what it is. It's a hate.
I tell you what, Bane. Let me use your analogy and put logic behind it. If we love Haitians, they still got to go because the white man said he got to go. So it doesn't. Hold on, Bane. I'm trying to use logic with you. Whether we love them or hate them, that white man said they got to go. So what does it matter?
How's it smart? I'm not like Elvis. I am the opposite of Elvis. I am the opposite of.
What they got to do with what I just, Bane? What they got to do with what I just said? Whether we love Haitians or hate Haitians, the white man said they got to go.
I understand that. I get what you're saying, and I do agree with you. What you're trying to say. I do agree with you. What you're trying to say.
So what does it matter then?
No, of course, it don't matter if you put it like that.
But no. Hey, Bane, that's not the way I put it. That's the way the white man put it. I saw it on the news today. Before Black America said anything, the white man court system said they ass got to go. Said they got to pack they shit up. Pack up your Adidas and your flip-flops with the toes out and get your ass up out of here. Just Black America, we add our own little extra to it, but they the ones told them that they had to go. We didn't tell them that they had to go. We can't tell nobody to go.
How's smart?
Yes, sir.
I get that.
Yes, sir.
What I'm trying to say is, let the energy be the same when it's the white people. The energy is not the same when it's white people.
What white people?
I understand this is your country.
No, what white people you talking about?
Hold on. I will never be American. My true love will always be in Africa. I do not care. I'm not like one of these Africans that come up here. I am not one of these Africans. I am not. My true loyalty will always be in that continent to Africa.
Okay.
You understand me, right? Until I die. Even if I have a child here, I would tell my kids, your loyalty is always to that continent of Africa. You understand me? I'm not one of these Africans. I'm not Elvis. I'm not some of these people that come up here and try to kiss America behind because I know what America is.
Right.
You understand me, right?
I do.
So let it be. But I know for sure, at the end of the day, as a Black African, I feel Haitians. The Haitian, one of these days, will get help from that continent of Africa. The Haitian will never get help in America, in the Americans. It will never happen. It will never happen. The Haitians, it's an island. Think about it. It is an island closer to America. What makes y'all think they could project power to a certain extent? It's impossible. America is an empire. Let's be what it is. But I know for sure, one of these days, the continent of Africa will come and rescue them.
Hey, if you got some bang, listen, everything you said was logical up to that point, and this is where we get into our hope and pray. Let me tell you something. I hope that I played the right numbers on the Powerball tonight, and I'm a goddamn multi-millionaire. I hope that happens. But what I'm saying is that we put what I'm saying is that we put a date on hope. And I'm just this is all I'm saying. I'm not telling you not to have hope. I'm not telling my nephew Africa not to have hope. I'm just saying we're doing ourselves a disservice when we put a date on hope. That's all I'm saying. Because the only thing you can look at is the trajectory. Look at the trajectory and just see it's on the right path.
Okay. Let's look at the thing that you just mentioned, right? Because sometimes my my words, I can't really pronounce certain words sometimes. I don't know. It's probably my brain. Let's look at what's going on, right? The world is changing. America, the way America used to project power, it's not the same no more as it used to be. Let's be honest with ourselves. Because look at what's going on in Iran, right? Look what happened, with the trade war with China. You understand me, right? If this was the early 2000s, America would kick ass. Easy would kick ass. And the 90s as well. And the 80s as well. And the 70s. America would kick ass instantly like this. But now, when you look at really what's going on and the reality of it as well, right? What's much more beneficiary, right? Bring the militaries back home. Stop spending $1 trillion in so-called endless war, right? Build factories. Build the roads. To me, that's more important as a president. If you are a true American, that's way more important.
Hey, Bang, hold on. Let me explain something to you. It's no such thing. Hold on, let me help you out. It's no such thing as a true American.
No, when I said a true American, I'm saying something that will benefit the Americans. Because
everything that they do, let me tell you something. All of that destabilizing. All of that is good. All of that is good for America.
Let's be fair, right? When Donald Trump was running for presidency, right? His second term, his second term, right? He promised us he was gonna bring industry back. He's gonna bring manufacturer back, right? He's gonna stop all this funding war. He did. He promised us multiple times. Did he deliver?
Right.
Did he deliver on that?
Deliver on what?
And his promises. No, he didn't, because that's what the old dudes all
hold
lied.
on, but this is the point. This is the same. Hold on, Bang. Hold on for a second. This is the same point you make about the magical thinking. Is that every president can say, well, you know what? When I get in office, it ain't gonna be no more. If something arises, you're gonna do it just because you made a promise or whatever. Every president get up there and make promises. This is the thing. I'm not gonna say that every president do it. Every single president get up there and make some type of promises, and all president that don't keep them all of it. But the one thing that he did say that what he was going to do is that he was going to run the goddamn immigrants up out of here. Now he keeping his promise to that.
How's it smart? Let me tell you some real truth, right?
Go ahead.
It was man, it was a guy somewhere in one of these wealthy neighborhoods in the DMV, right? He was getting his house, remodeled.
Hey, come closer to the mic, Bang. Come closer to the mic.
He was getting his house remodeled, right?
Pause.
His house, remodeled, right? Fixing, kitchen, bathroom, and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He hired Latinos, right? All these Latinos that he hired did not have no paper. Right? Did not have no license to his, to what they were supposed to do, right? But they know that, they know their job, right? And stuff like that. So, fixing everything, right? Do you know why he did that? Because it was cheaper for him.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go through license and all that. He could have done it if he actually wanted to.
Bang, let me tell you how America is. If you really want to know, it's a simple quote, and I want my brother Africa to hear this. Hold on, Bang, just hold on one second. I'm gonna make one quote. America is do as I say, not as I do, because Because if you don't do what we tell you, we got laws, we got prison, we got military, we got F-16, we got goddamn aircraft carriers. You know what I'm saying? We got spy satellites. So you don't take us literal, but you better take what we say literal when we tell you to do something. Because if you don't, we're gonna bring 4 or 5 aircraft carriers to your area. We're gonna bring 5 or 6 nuclear submarines to your area. We're gonna bring 6 destroyers. We're gonna bring 300 fighter jets. We're gonna bring 600 helicopters. We're gonna have refuel. We're gonna shut your airstrip that you can't even fly. You ain't gonna even be able to fly up out of there unless we give you permission. So yes, so America, hold on, this is the last point. America talk that big boy shit like we love everybody. America is dropping bombs. The CIA is running mission. Delta Force is going in somebody, setting up bombs. They destabilizing countries, and it's all for the benefit of America. Why do you think? Why do you think that in other countries that they don't even know about the deadly storm? In America, we make deadly storms look good on Christmas time. We put up all roses to make snow. Snow is deadly. American weather is deadly. When I talk to people in Africa, they be shocked when I tell them it rained today and 6 people died because of the rain, or it was cold today and people died. They like, how does that even happen? How did they die? Because what it is propaganda. America has a good propaganda machine where it prances itself up like we care about air. America don't care nothing about no life. In order for a president to be a president, he has to be a killer. Like we sit up there and act like these people are nice. You cannot be a president if you're not a killer. Every president that don't set in that office has killed people, have sent people to die, and have killed people, either by cause or by mistake.
Right. Yeah, I had this from the belly of the beast myself. I've interacted in my interaction in different platforms over the years. I have gained enough knowledge and spoken to enough people that actually, in the beast. And what exactly you said, that's exactly how it is. They have their propaganda. They bullies. It's do as I said, not as I do. It will always be like that. My only advice to African migrants in the US, as I always said here, don't go there and disrespect the local people.
Shut the fuck up. How hard is that, Africa? When you go to a country, just shut the fuck up. I understand there's 200 million of y'all in Nigeria, but it ain't 200 million of y'all in America. Shut the fuck up. Africa, I understand that it's 45 black Americans over there, but I ain't going to Kenya. And when I went to Kenya, Nigeria, I ain't go over there talking shit.
No. Uncle Sim is the same thing here. I hate to go on about Nigerians. It's the same thing the Nigerians came and do here in the UK. They came here, they talk shit on the black British. This were the Jamaican Caribbeans who were born here. They undermine them at work, call them all kind of name, and so they don't listen. When they come, they should shut up. I totally agree with you. If they don't shut down, you come here, do your job, mind your business. If you can be with the African Americans and work together, fine. If you can't, stop talking about them. And they don't shut up. That's the reality. I 100% agree with you. They talk about other people. They talk about the local groups saying, oh, they're lazy, they're criminals. They, in fact, side with the racist people against the locals. To the point where the locals actually said, look, we used to fight for you guys. We used to stand up for you guys. Most of the laws that you enjoying in this country, like, for example, in Bristol here, we had what they call the Bristol Boys boycott, where the black British boycott bosses. In fact, the civil rights movement in America came to my city. This is how much African Americans used to go around the world making sure other black people are all right. They wasn't just doing this in America. They was doing this globally. So black people, in a way, go to America after all these laws and all other immigrants been passed to make life better for them, just to go and undermine the African Americans. I can see the sense of betrayal that African Americans feel, and when I come to this platform, I can hear it. I'm not. I don't. I've been to America. I don't live there, But I lived in the UK long enough. I've seen the changes, and I've seen the change of migration to see exactly what happens. To the point
Africa.
is,
It's even worse
yeah,
than that. They will go
yeah,
on jobs and tell the supervisor that we're not them, we're not like them, we're different. I'm
mm,
different from them. You get what I'm saying? Like
mm,
they have
mm.
those conversations to separate. They want the white.
But I don't know. I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
they do. Yes, they do, Diners. Yes, they do, man. They try to say that they're Diners. You've been high class, so you went to boule, so you went to corporate jobs and all high level. I don't work in the warehouses and shit where they at, where they got you ain't work nowhere where they got temporary service, like they got a temp agency in the break room hiring people.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
no,
Okay.
those immigrants come in there, Africa, they come in there and try to show them that, hey, you know what I'm saying, you can depend on us, and we got some more friends or something. If you want to hire some more of us, we work harder. We come back. And let me tell you something, Dinah. I'm not saying that they correct. I don't work some job. Let me tell you something. Let me say this full disclosure. If I had a choice, Africa, if I got a video, I'm gonna post on my channel just to show
Oh
you.
yeah,
And they
okay,
got them work.
okay.
I had to get my whole house. A storm happened last year. Had to get in my neighborhood, so my roof was bad. I went and got the roof. Let me tell you, I went there. The man said, "Well, we're gonna hire some people." I said, "Man, listen." I said, "How long you gonna get it done?" He said, "We go with this company. It's gonna take 2 or 3 days. We go with this company. It's this many days." He said, "But this people gonna be mostly Latinos." He told me that. Let me tell you something. I woke up at 8 o'clock. They was out there. They had a team about 14 people, women and all, scraped the roof. By the time I took a shower and came out, half of them was in the back of my garage eating. They still had another crew 12. They got my whole roof done before nightfall. Nightfall. You get what I'm saying?
But
No, but I was the only black person in sight. So I'm telling you, when I would hire a Latino over, then I would hire a bunch of black people. Because the black people have been trying to come in the house and play PlayStation with me and trying to find out which one of my sisters that they went to school with. The Latinos get to work, they get busy because they have that mentality. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that mentality, but the thing that give us credit is that we was born here. But if you wasn't born here, you can't come over here and talk shit. You can't point the finger at me. So what I'm saying, Africa, I wasn't born in Nigeria, so I couldn't go over there and say when I got on the minibus, when the
yeah,
minibus almost hit me, to go complaining
yeah,
and jumping up and down and go get on the internet. When the people got off the
mm,
minibus, they all
yeah,
I wanted to go back to my hotel room and get the motherfucker
mm,
a roll of deodorant and just walk around hitting everybody under the arms with deodorant. I would never act like that or say any of that stuff in Nigeria. That
no,
just
you
Okay,
did.
doesn't make
okay, okay,
sense.
okay. Let me
I have interacted. One
let me
second,
say
but I
this.
have interacted with you shortly after that when you came from Africa, because you was in the platform. I never heard you one time disrespect Africa. You said things, in fact, in a lot of positive way. Even Brandon go to Africa all the time. I never hear Brandon saying negative stuff about Africa. But that's exactly what when you saying, to the African to shut the fuck up when they come to the US, you know, things that they see there,
No, 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 no,
it's
no,
like
no,
that,
no, no, no,
no,
no,
but
no.
wait, wait,
Africa,
bang,
you
wait.
African.
There's
No,
certain way.
no,
There's
no,
no.
no. Why
Can
do
you just
you?
wait?
Hold on,
Don't
hold
know
on.
me.
No,
Don't
no,
know.
no.
Don't listen. Let me
Why do
finish.
you?
Let me
Why do
finish
you think
before you
Hey,
interrupt
people
me,
Bang,
bro.
let him
in
finish.
America,
Then you
man?
say whatever you're
No,
gonna
no,
say,
Why do?
no,
Bang.
Why
Just
do?
let him
Why do you always do
finish.
this, bro? Come
no,
on.
no, no.
Come
Why
on,
do you always
Bang.
do
You
this?
gotta let Africa
Why do
finish.
you
Then
always
you can
think
say
you speak
whatever
for
you're gonna
us
say,
in
bro.
America, man? Why do you always
Huh?
think you can speak for us in
I
America,
live in
man?
the UK.
I'm
I live in
African.
the U. No,
Why do you
listen.
always think
No,
you can speak for us
why do you
in
think I should
America?
listen to you when you're gonna
No, no,
interrupt me,
no,
bro?
no.
Come on.
Why do you always think you speak for
What
us
do
in
you mean? No,
America,
no,
man?
no, no.
Why do you always think you can speak for Africans in America? I would never speak
No,
for
I'm not.
you in England against the
Because
system. I would never do that. But
because
why
it's
do
very
you
similar.
always think
It is
you
very
could no,
similar.
it's
It's
not
very
similar.
similar.
No, it's
It's
not.
very
No,
similar.
it's not.
It's very.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Why do you
It's very
always think
similar. Do you know
you can
why it's
speak for
similar?
us?
Because
No,
over
no,
here,
it's
let me
not.
just.
No, it's not.
Is it,
No, it's not. No, it's not.
so you have you been to the UK?
I will never speak
Have
on
you
your
been to the
situation in the
UK? Have
UK
you
the way
been?
you're speaking
Have
about
you
us in the
been?
UK.
No, have you been to the UK?
I would never like UK,
No,
man. The weather
answer
is
my
ugly. The
question.
food is ugly.
No, exactly. So just answer my simple question. You never been?
I would
I've been to
never live in the
America.
UK.
I've been to America. I've been to America. You haven't been to the UK, so I've been to. I know both countries.
This is where I
I'm
said,
talking.
why do you
Yeah,
think you
just
can always speak for us in America?
listen, listen, listen. We have black British people that been here since the 50s and 60s. These people been there in the generational people who been here when there was hardly any, such thing as, rights for black people. There was hardly any rights for people of color. Okay, you cannot get on the bus. There are black people here that were not allowed. They weren't allowed to get on the buses. Some of them, even if they get on the buses in my city, they'll have to sit at the back. They can't sit on the same seats. And that people are still alive who witnessed those things. There are people who fought hard for people, to other immigrant, black immigrant, to have the same benefit. But in my city that I'm in, when I came here, there was not one Somali. It was only one Somali shop. Okay, there was only one Somali shop. Today, the Somalis are the second largest immigrant in my city. Okay, because of those black British who paved the way for them. What I'm saying is, I've seen exactly how he played out. The playbook is right in front of me, and I'm telling you, if Africans are not careful, as Uncle Sim said, they don't go to America and shut the fuck up and look and learn and listen from what's going on with African Americans.
What do
They
you
will
mean?
push
Look
these
and learn
people.
and shut the F up. What do you mean by that?
No,
Look and learn
no,
and shut the
and
F up.
they will push
What do
these
you
people to the
mean?
right.
No,
Can
no,
I
no,
finish?
no.
Can I
What do
finish?
you mean? Look and learn and then shut the
Observe
hell up
when you
and then
go.
shut the hell up.
Okay, okay,
No,
okay.
you
What
always
happened is
come here. You always come
black
here
African
on topic
black
when it
African
ever got to
migrant,
do
black African
with
migrant.
Africans in
See, you're not
America.
letting me
You
speak. You're
don't live
interrupting me
here.
again.
You don't
You know,
live here. You
I
don't
lived.
live
Listen,
here.
I've
You
been
have
to the
never
country,
experienced
and
it. No, you could come and visit. I don't even consider. Let me tell you something, right? When we deal with,
to finish, you're not listening
some of
to
these
me. So
black
you want
people,
me to
right?
listen to you?
Hold on. When we deal with some of these black people, right? I don't even want to talk about Africans that's been in America for, for 5 years. I want Africans that's been in this country for 15 years. You don't want to know why? There's certain things they can relate more. I don't even consider Africans being for 5 years. Like, get to this topic. Not alone somebody live in England and come visit, like, 1 or 2 times. What I'm trying to say is sometimes your opinion, you need to keep it to yourself. That's all I'm saying. Some of these opinions that you want to think, oh, like Brandon said is, come on, man. What do I look like about Brandon? You know how many times Brandon have to disrespect the continents? What are you talking about? What do I look like? America will never get rid of illegal immigrants. It's impossible. America will never get
It's
rid
a
of
certain
Latinos. It's
type of illegal.
impossible.
It's a certain type of
It's
illegal that they
impossible.
won't get through.
It don't
Like,
matter.
yeah, they're not gonna get rid of all of them. No.
It don't matter. It's impossible.
You're
All you gotta
missing.
do
You're
is just
missing
talk.
my point. The more you talk,
It's a show.
the more I realize you didn't listen to
No, no.
what I
Do
said.
you know?
Hey,
Okay.
Bang,
Do you know
Bang,
how
this
many
what you
times?
need to
Do you
realize
know
is
how many
that
times
you're
the most
right that they can't,
examples,
Bang, you're
the
right, they
most
can't get rid of all of them. But what it does is that it put them on notice. But I tell you what, like this, like I
do
stay
you
in
know how many
Atlanta.
times?
Now, you used to, hold on, Bang,
Other smart.
hold on, Bang.
Do you
It's
know how many
it's these
times?
Home Depots and Lowe's down here. Now, before Trump got in office, it used to be 100, 200 Latinos out there. But what it is that they don't sit out there no more. So now that they're on notice, they move different now. So you're right. He can't get rid of all of them. But all that loud and proud and riding around, blowing, when you see the Latinos ride around Atlanta, but they hands is on 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. It's both hands on the wheel. They ain't listening to no radio, loud music. They ain't speeding. They're on their knees. They're on their P's and Q's. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And
Exactly.
that's the same thing
Do
gonna
you think?
happen. That's the same thing gonna happen to these Haitians. The
Uh,
Haitians ain't gonna self deport, but they're gonna be on their best.
This
And that's messed up that you have to do people like that to make them be on their
mm,
P's and Q's.
let it be.
mm.
Let it be. The
And they better
Haitians.
hope and pray that
This
JD Vance doesn't win and become the
this
next president.
Hey,
this
let me
this
tell you something, bro. I be trying
Because
to
if
tell
Vance
all these
wins,
black people, JD Vance is more cutthroat. He's more
yeah,
polished.
he
He
ooh.
is
If
y'all.
J
Let me tell you
hold,
something.
you're not letting
Y'all
me
need
finish.
to
If
let
JD
y'all
Vance,
need to
I
hear
know about
JD Vance talk. Now,
if
not
let
JD
only
Vance wins, hold on,
let it
y'all
be.
think Trump is bad? Ooh man, if
Let me
he
Vance become the
is
let me
president,
worse.
okay.
Let me say, that's for King. Let me say something. Not only is he smart, he got a good. Now Donald Trump got what you call he got a personality like I got. It's kind of crass. You know what I'm saying? JD Vance is witty, smart, and cutthroat, and a white nationalist at the same time. Trump
JD Vance
let me say this,
way
right?
more ruthless.
Let me say this, right?
Believe it or
Way
not,
more ruthless.
Let me say
Trump
this,
got
right?
a heart. I know people talk bad about Trump. Trump got a heart. If Vance becomes
let me say
president,
A white man with the Asian wife. A white man with the Asian wife.
Hold on. Y'all sit up there saying that we're praising JD. We ain't praising him. We just telling you the
Nobody
difference
said that.
between him and Trump. He's more polished. He's more polished. Trump don't know about no goddamn policies. JD Vance know these policies by heart. He ain't gonna have Stephen Miller in his ear. Goddamn, JD Vance is not gonna need no help with the policy. He don't spend time in Congress and in the Senate. That's what we're trying to tell you. We ain't praising them. We're just telling you the difference between a hustler and a guerrilla hustler. That's what we're trying to tell y'all.
That's why Bang, you interrupted me earlier. Sorry. Yeah, the more you spoke, the more I realized you wasn't listening to me.
If Vance
Yeah,
wins,
so
all of y'all that been complaining about Trump, you're gonna wish Trump
yeah,
was president again if Vance wins. Y'all gonna be praying and wishing Trump was still president instead of Vance.
I'm not American.
Man, passport bro. Your life is not gonna change. It's gonna be the same. You're gonna be backward.
The boy is not saying it's not okay.
No.
You're missing the point.
Yeah, you missing the point, man.
To respect you guys.
You're missing the whole point. Because look, hold on.
Passport bro.
Let me tell you. America has look.
Let me tell you some secrets, right?
Us,
sometimes
U.S. slavery descendants. Check this. What do you want to go by? ADOS, FBA, DOS, Freeman. This country has done. Look, this country has done everything they can to my people. The only thing they got left is just outright genocide. If they're not going to outright genocide us, there's nothing they can do that they haven't done already. So we'll be all right. It doesn't matter if. Well, Trump ain't going to get a third term. Let's say Vance gets elected, he gets 2 terms. It's going to be bad for everyone else. To us, it's just another day.
It's going to stay the same. Nothing for us is going to get worse.
I don't think it's going to get worse.
It will get worse.
Hold on.
It will get worse for immigrants. It will get worse for immigrants.
It's going to get far worse for immigrants, though.
Grocery store stealing? Isn't Americans going through shoplifting because of they can't feed themselves?
No, bro. People been stealing out of grocery stores since grocery stores was invented, bro.
The highest, yo, let me show you how much you don't know.
Man, do you
know? Yeah, you lost on that, man.
The most people that get arrested for shoplifting and get caught in bus is actually white, believe it or not.
Oh
my God. Most of the crimes. Most of those petty crimes are done by white people.
Bro, stop it, man. Stop it.
We mean stop it. I just said a truthful statement. More white people get busted for shoplifting.
Every goddamn day.
Brian, nothing is gonna change. Nothing is gonna change for black people, no matter who. That's the reason why we're saying that black people need to stop voting Democrat, because ain't nothing changed. We vote for Democrat at 92%, and ain't nothing changed for us in the last since 1968. That's 57 years. 57 years. Ain't nothing changed for black people. So whoever get in office, you know what I'm saying, they always like, this is going to be the worst president. This is going to be the worst president, and nothing don't change for black people. Our education stay the same. Your prison stay the same. You get what I'm saying? Like, everything stayed the same. The literacy stays the same. You know what I'm saying? The wealth stays the same. The abortion stay the same. Like, nothing changed about black people but complaining. You know what I'm saying? When there's a president in there they like, you don't see that many black people complaining. When there's a president they don't like, then oh Lord, what about the children? Then when they do get somebody they like, we gonna vote, we gonna dance to the polls, we gonna stroll to the polls. That's it. Nothing changes for black people. But what I'm saying is the immigration is a hotbed in their own notice. You fuck around and get pulled over, and you better be sided like Snoop Dogg or Jay-Z, because they're gonna F for your papers. And if anything, they're gonna lock your ass up and detain your ass. Black Americans, we ain't got to worry about shit. The only thing Black America need to worry about is being fucking emotional. Black men stop being emotional like chicks when they get pulled over by the police, because women can get away with being emotional. Black men can't be emotional. But if a black man come up there, put his license and insurance out there and shut his fucking mouth, he'll go about his day with no problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
We build on something you said earlier. You talk about how that there's a growing distance between use African American, I'm gonna use Black Americans for non-immigrant Black Americans, between Black American and diaspora immigrants. It's not growing, fam. It's already happened. And people, you have people say, "Oh, FBA or ADOS," or they mention some other. They're only online. No, it's not online. Because guess what? They've been showing up at city council meetings. They've been showing up at reparation debate, and they're saying that they FBA, ADOS. It is not just online. The delineation movement has already reached critical mass. Now, am I saying that every Black American is delineating the USA? No, I'm not saying that. But I think it's already at the point of no return. And with things that has happened recently, like the Rick Chow case and the boycotts of Asian businesses, and now with this
I love that.
Yes, I think it's going to spread more and more. I think 5 to 10 years tops, Black Americans who were descended from slaves in this country, they're pretty much going to be like, you know what? They're going to be like, they're not say anything negative. They can be like, you know what, when it comes down to the diaspora, I'm going to use the term diaspora immigrants. I don't like calling them Black immigrants. That's a problematic term. When it comes down to diaspora immigrants, I think 5 to 10 years from now, most Black Americans say, you know what, not our problem. They never been our allies. Whatever they do is what they do. We got our own thing going. We can't be bothered with them. I think that's going to be the majority mindset of the majority of Black Americans in 5 to 10 years tops.
It's already like that now. Black people now saying not my problem. The only people that's Africa, the only people that's scared and nervous is the immigrants. The Black Americans, we ain't worried about that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's easy if a Black American get pulled over, our license is connected to our social security number and it connected. You get what I'm saying? And most of us, you know, we ain't worried about that. The only person that's nervous is the immigrant. Black people ain't nervous at all. So that's why even with CNN and MSNBC, they trying to say, oh, they locking up Black Americans too. They ain't locking up nobody now. You get what I'm saying? If they come into a whole neighborhood and they sit up there looking for immigrants, they'll detain you. I don't been detained. I remember one time I was up in this place called Gresham Plaza. And they had something happened in there. And I'm talking about SWAT team. Somebody got killed. I'll just say somebody got killed in the back. They got them. Everybody was in that plaza got detained. You get what I'm saying? But if that was CNN, they would have been like, oh, they detained Black people. They detained everybody. I didn't kill nobody, but they detained everybody and wanted everybody information. Everybody had to get their information before they left. You get what I'm saying? And if anybody else was acting stupid, they put handcuffs on them and put them in the car. They was like, you're not being locked up, you're being detained. That's the same thing that happened in Chicago and Minnesota when they went to that apartment complex and got them folks. It was some Black people there too. They pulled everybody out. You get what I'm saying? But the Black people that go to the detention centers, only people going to the detention centers is the motherfucking immigrants. The immigrants gonna have to goddamn walk around with their shirt tucked in and the goddamn Vaseline around their lips. And you better put some goddamn baby oil on the back of your heel so your feet don't be ashy, so you don't stand out. How about not walk around with your toes out? Because Black America, we wear flip-flops with our sandals. You get what I'm saying? You better start walking around barefooted. You know what I'm saying? Have your toes out and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Can I say one thing, Uncle Sam? You know, do you think, as I said earlier, am I right by saying that some of the African migrants are pushing the African Americans or the FBA to vote for anti-immigrant policy? Oh.
Yes.
I wouldn't even call it anti-immigrant. Let me rephrase it slightly. They're forcing they're helping us to realize to value our citizenship. So there's a difference between that and anti-immigrant.
Passport, you being
We
too
value,
nice. You being too nice. You being too nice, bro.
No. We value our citizenship more. It doesn't mean that
Mm.
America's perfect. We still have our fight for reparations. We still got legitimate grievances, but guess what? We see that so many other people, not just the diaspora immigrants, we see so many other people from around the world trying to fight to get into America. So even with our ongoing struggles, we recognize we're in the country that most people on the earth want to be in.
Is there any way? Sorry,
He being nice. He being nice. Black people are saying, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? It's us, it's black folks against everybody. Black people ain't got no friends. Don't try to goddamn hang around. But listen, I'm not even with the FBA shit, but I know why they feel the way they feel. Because if it's any type of movement in Nigeria or any other country, if I was over that country, I wouldn't say a goddamn thing about their movement. I don't give a fuck if I think it was stupid, smart, intelligent, or it's not gonna last. The fact that an African would come over here to the United States and say anything about the FBA movement shows how stupid an African is. Because that ain't smart when you're only 1 million of the whole entire population in the whole country of 51 states. You shouldn't say a goddamn thing about LBA. Let LBA be as dumb and stupid as they want to be. You don't bring no gasoline to the fire. You got your own problems to deal with. Why would you think it would be okay to come into another country and say something about the people that was born and raised there? That's common sense.
Right. So is there any way? Is someone need to mute? Someone need to mute. Someone need to mute.
Yeah, I think that's super African.
Ban, can you mute?
What do you
Ban, can you mute? You got something in the background.
Is it like just similar to somebody that's in position of power back home, right? Let's just say a minister or something like that, right? But at the same time steals the country's money. Don't do what they're supposed to do to develop the people's life.
Wait, I couldn't understand. What are you saying?
Similar people as well?
Hey, Bang, I promise you, it's something like you're far away from the mic or something. You sound low, bro.
Kind of breaking up.
Uncle Tim. So I know to Passport King. What do you think we need to do as African migrants? Are you alright, Bang?
Yeah, I'm listening to Africa. I'm listening.
Yeah. What do you think what African
migrants in the background?
Do? Yeah, Bang, can you
That's
mute,
coming
bro?
from Africa.
They're just criminals, that's all.
Bang, that's you playing that in the background?
Because they're manipulated, some of them is subconscious. So they think they're doing the right thing.
Bang, can you mute your mic, please?
It's coming from him. Go ahead, Africa, I'm listening.
So, what can African Americans or what can African migrants do, to reverse this trend? Because it seemed like it's very toxic, and I saw this happening, a few years ago, and I did warn a lot of people this is gonna happen before you actually finally admit this is one of the reasons. Because I can smell it, I can tell the sentiment is there. If anyone that got a better IQ.
Passport just being nice is the reason. Africans is the reason why black people don't fuck with that. He just being nice. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
Right.
Okay, yeah. I think it's pretty much past the point of no return because we got too much. We got too much receipts, man. And here's the thing. I know Don's the Pan-African. I respect him for that.
Oh my God.
Not all, but it's not all. But it's the majority have that mindset, and we got receipts going back more than a decade. Perfect example. Look at the cat. I think he's Nigerian who brought Essence, and then he brought in that Caroline Wanga. And look what she did to Essence Fest. She tried to turn it into some Pan-African celebration. So it's like, okay, you brought a traditionally Black American magazine. You think they would have enough sense to okay, let's keep it to its, tradition because this is a Black American magazine. This wasn't started in some African country. That's not an insult on Africa. It was based on Black American culture. They thought they could just come in and flip it and make it some type of
African magazine. You have to wait now.
You
And
guys
then
keep talking, man. Y'all don't give other people time to
and
Yeah,
then
talk.
but
act shocked
when
when
I've
the
someone is
been
black
talking,
quiet
wait,
for
let them
community
30
finish.
turned
minutes.
against it.
I've been quiet for 30 minutes.
Mm.
Well, how many way you want me to wait?
Okay, go
No,
ahead,
but you
South
was
Africa.
playing mute. You
Go
was
ahead.
playing TTV at the back. You was playing TV in the
Listen.
background when people are talking, bro. What's that all
Okay,
about?
no, that wasn't me. Anyway,
Yeah, that's why you had to go
Yeah,
mute.
that was you. It wasn't nobody else. Who was it?
my
It was
God.
coming from you. It was coming from
Okay. I
you.
apologize, man. Passport bro, finish. Passport bro, finish. Go ahead, finish.
Passport King.
No, you
Yeah,
go on now.
Passport
You
King.
go on now because you
Passport
already
King.
interrupted him.
Go ahead,
Go
bang.
ahead,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
bang.
South Africa. Go ahead.
You want to bring this magazine thing up? I can't believe y'all still bringing this magazine thing up. I can't believe y'all still bringing this magazine thing up, right?
Why can't you believe it?
Man, golly,
Wait
y'all
a minute.
sold the magazine to a white man. Y'all sold the goddamn magazine to a white man in the 90s. For almost 10 or 15 years.
And guess what? Okay, good. Let's go with that. And even if it was sold to a white company in the 90s, the white company still had enough sense to not try to like take it and turn it into a skater magazine.
Man, a
They
Passport
kept
King.
it about Black American
Passport King.
culture. Because you know
Passport King.
why? Even if they
Passport King.
even if they didn't respect Black American
Passport King.
culture, they had enough sense as businessmen. We don't want to alienate the customer
Passport King.
base. That's
Passport King.
common sense. Go ahead.
Passport King.
Yeah, I'm
You live
listening.
in
Go ahead.
America,
Go ahead.
right? You know that you and the white man have a difference, right? You know that. Y'all know that from day one. You understand me, right? Just like like me in Nigeria, I might have issue with some other people that's in the southeast. So there's certain things I'm not gonna allow them to buy or have control over me, right? So if y'all sold it to the white man, to the same people that y'all have a difference with, and then they sell it to somebody else, what gives you a right about 25 years later to come and say, oh, why you doing this, why you doing that, why you doing this and this and that?
Okay, good. Hold on, let me answer you. But even when the
when
white
you sell
man brought
something, you lose,
hold on,
you
okay,
lose authority.
you don't want to listen. You don't want to listen now. Even when the white man, as you want to say, let's go with that, brought essence, they still did not mess with it. They left it as a Black American cultural institution. Look, I'm not saying they had more respect. They at least had enough business sense. Like, you don't kill. You
There
may
you
not know
go,
this expression.
Passport. There you go. They didn't
They
lose
had
any
enough.
money.
Yeah, they had enough sense of you don't mess with the formula. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. As soon as the Africans
You
brought
know
it,
what you're
they
doing?
brought in Caroline Wanger. They're thinking,
You know what
we
you're
got
doing?
this now. Well, Black Americans, they're past
You know
tense.
what you're
We're going
doing?
to show the
Passport Pro.
world that African
Passport
culture is
King.
better. Yes.
Passport King. You know
I'm
what you're
listening.
doing?
Go ahead.
You drifted.
Go ahead.
You drifted. First of all, right? At that
I'm not drifting. How
at
am I
that particular
drifting?
time, let me tell you something. Why? At that
How am I
particular time,
drifting?
right? Hold on. Let me explain myself. At that particular time, right? The magazines, right, was selling, tremendously. So there's no point of the white man trying to change it to other thing. The white man continued that to whatever way it was supposed to, right? Just like I mentioned, right? Magazines are not what it used to be. People barely, fuck with magazine nowadays. The last 10 years. Most magazine companies are like out of business.
Okay, you're right. Okay, but guess what? We're not just talking about the magazine. We're also talking
Yeah, we
about
wasn't
Essence
talking about the
Fest.
magazine. You
We're
know
not
what,
talking about the
Passport? You should
magazine.
have said the festival, because that's the only
Yeah.
thing that's popping, the once a year
Okay.
event.
Let's say
Yeah.
Essence Fest.
Yeah,
Let's keep
it
it
wasn't
Essence Fest.
the magazine, bang. He misspoke, bang.
Yeah,
He
okay. Let's
misspoke. He
keep it to
wasn't
the
talking about the
festival.
Okay.
magazine.
Let's put
When
it
you
this
So
way.
sell
also,
The
something,
festival was
when you sell
popular in
something,
Atlanta, an annual tradition. It was a tradition to itself. Every year, popular.
you cannot
People from
sell something
around the
and then
hold on,
complain
hold on,
about
hold on.
how and complain how it's being controlled. That makes no goddamn sense.
Wait a minute. It's not
When
about
you
being
sell
controlled.
something,
It's about how. Hold on.
It's not about what's controlled, but
It's
it's the
about what's
angle. It's the
doing.
angle of play, Bang.
you
You're
lose
right.
something
When
when
you
you
say, oh, bang, hold on. You're right. When you sell something, you can do whatever you want to do. And when they did whatever they wanted to do with it, they lost money, because one thing that we don't do as Black Americans, when we go to a festival or anything, that we don't want to compete. We ain't there to compete. We're there to just have a good time. When they did it, after they took it from the white people, like you said, they wanted to bring it a competition like a cooking contest, like jambalaya versus Jollof. Like that, like it's nowhere in the world that if the white people had it, they would have knew that wasn't a good idea because we don't like to compete. Let me give you a prime example.
Also
We
pushing Afrobeats artists.
exactly. We don't listen to.
Look, I'm sorry, we do not
Sorry,
listen
guys.
to
Can I?
Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Africa. Let me say this one thing before you go. You can ride around every street in America, and you would not hear no Afro beats playing. We like Afro beats like just to see it, but we don't. You know, listen. You can't go in a bar, a club, and hear Afro beat. So to even bring that to the now, I can understand if the audience was African, you brought the Africans there.
Hey, guys, we gotta close out. We've been going for 3 hours and 30 minutes. But
Hey man, you let us rock and
I did.
Plymouth Rock to land on. No, we land on Plymouth Rock. You know what I'm saying? You let the rock go, and we just kept the rock pushing. You know.
I appreciate you. Mushroom 3368. Thank you for $5 holla. Do you know it was a Sierra Leonean John Smith that made it possible for Black Caribbeans to have a say today in the UK? Africa did. So what? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Till next time, family. Dynasty Mirror. Search for Uhuru. Peace.